Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Shop on TV with me, Rob Locke, with an E. So, how are you? Welcome. We are now live exclusively on Freeview. Live. It's alive. The live is alive. Yes, we're going to be live on Freeview for about an hour, actually. ITV and STV will join our broadcast. It's just a little after 1 o'clock. So if you're watching now, you're in for a treat. And I tell you what, the ITV and STV crowd are not in for a treat because this is a Mulberry Silk show. Now, if you were watching last week, we had a Mulberry Silk show. It was a gangbuster and pretty much everything almost sold out. And we hoped we would have stock in replenished and cleared customs for tonight's show, but we don't. It hasn't cleared customs, and it won't clear customs until the first week of September at the earliest, if everything goes according to plan. So tonight we have only a handful of pillows, Mulberry Silk pillows left, only a handful of duvets left. We've only got one size of the mattress left. I think we've only got 3 colours of the pillowcases, and there aren't many of those. So in other words, you've got a chance to get in and order things before pretty much it all just goes. We imagine that it will be early doors for our wonderful guest from Mulberry Silk, the owner of RK Sales, the exclusive distributor of the official Mulberry Silk Company's products in the United Kingdom, the one, the only, the irrepressible, the irretrievable, Ray Kennedy.
Hi.
How are you? I can't reach, but hello, how are you, sir?
I'm very well, thank you.
Where to start? Mulberry Silk.
Right.
Well, first of all, let's talk a bit about your company, because you've been around the block a few times and got many T-shirts and the tote bag.
Yes.
So where
as
did it
as a company,
yeah.
We've been in business for 67 years.
Gosh.
And for 37 of those years, we've been the exclusive distributor in the United Kingdom, and for most of Europe also, actually, for the official Mulberry Silk Manufacturing Company. Now that word official is very important,
of course,
because the silk within our duvets is AAA grade, long fibre Mulberry silk.
Yep.
Nothing else, no inferior fibres mixed in with it.
No offcuts.
No offcuts, long fibre.
Yep.
Each strand of silk is over a mile long.
Good Lord.
And the duvets, and this is very important, are guaranteed for 10 years. The duvets we have in my bed at home are 37 years old.
Wow.
They're machine washable. You can wash them as often as you want.
Yep.
When you wash them, the viewers will be very pleased to know they cannot and they will not lose shape.
Right.
The manner in which they're manufactured, the type of silk we're using, the length of the silk, the way in which it's stitched, anchored, it cannot lose shape.
Yeah.
So when you sleep under it, you get an even distribution of heat. It wicks away 30% of its own weight in moisture or sweat. So anybody who overheats in bed, and that's 90% of the population, this is the duvet for you.
Yeah.
Any lady going through the menopause, this is the duvet for you. It has, listen to this, Rob, it has the coveted Allergy Board certificate. The Allergy Board are telling you, in simple language, there's a certificate.
Yep.
If you have allergies, they recommend this duvet.
Sure.
No dust mites. Dust mites don't like silk.
Right.
Simple as that.
It's too dry. We always
Yeah.
use the analogy. It's like us, human beings, and the Sahara Desert, or any other desert for that matter. We may venture in for the day and pitch a tent, but we don't live there because it just doesn't. It's not capable of supporting life, and really the same is true of silk when it comes to live dust mites, and that's why it has that certificate. Now, so obviously we've mentioned the word duvets, but the Mulberry Silk, the official Mulberry Silk Company, produce duvets, pillows, pillowcases, and mattresses, and also mattress pads, which we'll get to a little bit later. And they are as good as you can possibly buy. I've always said if you wanted to buy better quality silk, simply you can't. If you were the Sultan of Brunei, or someone else with a billionaire like an Elon Musk, or although apparently one billionaire invented the old Microsoft thing, He's got one. Mr. Gates, apparently he sleeps under mulberry silk or on a mulberry silk pillow, or there's mulberry silk summer in his life. But that's unverified, and I'm not using that as a testimonial. Just hearsay. But you just, doesn't matter how much money you've got, you can't buy better silk than AAA grade mulberry silk. And that's what's in these duvets.
In actual fact,
and pillows and everything else, yeah.
When I do a live presentation, I stress to people constantly, you should always, for your own peace of mind, read the label on our products.
Sure.
Right? Because we tell you in simple language, it is pure mulberry silk, AAA grade.
Yeah.
Now, if you go into Google or Wikipedia, type in all about silk. Now remember, Rob, they're not trying to sell you anything.
No. They're facts.
They're just answering questions.
Yes.
Right? And they will tell you within the silk industry, mulberry silk is the king of silks. That's the word they use to describe it, king.
Yeah.
And we are using the best of the best, AAA grade. So it's going to last you a long time.
Yes.
I always say to anyone who buys one of our duvets, please look upon it as an investment. We estimate the average person, when they buy one of these duvets, it will last you the best part of your adult life. As I've already mentioned, the duvets we have in my bed at home are 37 years old. My wife washes them on average 3 times a year. You can wash them as often as you want.
Yeah.
And they dry quickly. That's very important.
Yeah. I use a clothes horse.
Yeah.
So I have mulberry silk duvets and pillows and mattress pads, which are like a mattress protector, but we'll get to that later. I have those on my bed at home, my son's bed at home. We also have a crew house in our Warrington, adjacent to our Warrington studio. So there are 4 crew members that stay in the house. All mulberry silk duvets, all mulberry silk pillows. I've got a cocoon mattress. The only reason the others have is because it's a very... Oh, actually, the crew house, I'm the only one who's got the cocoon mattress because sadly I'm the only one with the double bed and the other beds are too small. But our producer Leslie has got a cocoon mattress at home. Everyone in the crew, as far as they know, has mulberry silk everywhere in their personal life and also in their work life. And all my friends, all my family also have mulberry silk. And I wouldn't sleep and they wouldn't sleep under or on anything else because it's about the quality of your sleep. Let's go to our expert here. What is the difference between sleeping with either synthetic fibre or feather products versus silk? What's the difference in the quality?
Well, there are many
sleep?
advantages, but in simple language, the first one that comes to mind to answer your question is the level of comfort.
Right.
You'll find when you sleep under silk, it's just that extra level of comfort.
Sure.
You'll know from previous shows that we have done together, as a company, we exhibit at every major retail exhibition in the United Kingdom. Tomorrow, we'll be opening up at Chatsworth House for 3 days.
Amazing.
We've been going there for 50, 60 years, right?
Our producer just went, ooh.
Yes, Chatsworth. And it's a lovely show, Chatsworth House. Now, we go to the same shows year in, year out, and we talk to the customers. They tell us their likes and their dislikes. Now, I would say, Rob, to answer your question, 10% of all the people I speak to when I'm at a live show, 10% of the people I speak to are perfectly happy with the duvet they have in the bed. They're content. The other 90%, every single one of them, it's the same complaint. They get too hot in bed.
Right.
Not too cold, too hot.
Yeah.
They're waking up 4 o'clock in the morning, backside sticking out the duvet, duvet off, duvet on, duvet off, duvet on. Now they're awake, Rob, when they should be asleep.
Yes.
And the major reason for being awake is the simple fact they're overheating.
Sure.
Now, silk is a natural protein, similar to your hair. It's a hydrophilic protein, similar to your hair. Hydra, philic, water-loving protein. So it wicks away moisture. It wicks away 30% of its own weight in moisture or sweat. So you don't waken up in the middle of the night if it's a hot, humid evening. You don't waken up with that thin film of sweat that you get when you sleep under, say, duck, goose feather, or polyester and man-made fibers. The other big advantage, I have 4 sons. My 3rd son, Martin, who you've met, suffers terribly from hay fever. People who have allergies, dust mites are the enemy.
Yeah, of course.
Rob, there's a clue in the name, dust.
Dust.
When I die, I turn to dust. And so do the dust mites, right, within the duvet. Now, a dust mite, its lifespan is 10 weeks, and then it dies, right? So every 10 weeks, there's roughly 1 million dust mites in a duvet. So in a year, that's 5 million dust mites die in a duvet. Now, if you've got allergies, like Martin, my son, hay fever, you're lying under a duvet, you put your head in a pillow that's full of synthetic fibers, and the dust mites just love. You're breathing in that dust. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a clever guy as far as that type of thing is concerned. So I have to be careful what I'm saying. But all I'm telling you is this. The dust mites in the pillow are not doing you any good if you have allergies. The allergy board will tell you our duvets and pillows are dust mite free.
And as I say, you know, a few might wander in, but they leave pretty quick. They're tourists, exactly. So let me go through the prices, if I may. There's the Allergy UK certificate. We do have all sizes of the duvet available. However, the single, which is normally £169, we have it for £139. Now, that almost sold out on the last show, so I'm going to check with producer Leslie, but I imagine we have a very low stock of that. It's the lowest of all of them. It's very, very low figures, you know, double digits, low double digits. Speaking of double, the double is usually £239. Our price is £179. The king is usually £259. We have £199 for you tonight. And the super king usually £279, but we've got £219 as our special price. And yeah, you know, they're not 30 quid cheapo duvets you buy from the local department store, but those are hollow fibre filled, or you know, if you're going to spend more if you start going into the feather, the sort of goose, duck, or down, you know, the down products particularly, they command a premium. But all of those are breeding grounds. I mean, it's like if you wanted to breed bacteria and you wanted to breed dust mites and germs and various other things, those would be the perfect place to start. Add a bit of moisture and a bit of heat, and you've literally got, it's like they're like petri dishes almost, aren't they? Silk is the polar opposite to that. So you have clean, fresh duvets that are as close to being free from dust mites as is possible, and also because they wick away moisture, they're not continually damp, which means that bacteria struggle to grow. And, you know, if they need a refresh from time to time, you can put them into a standard front-loading washing machine, 7.5 kilo washing machine. I'm going to ask our floor manager, what was your name again? Dave. Floor manager Dave, would you mind getting the pack with the Super King duvet in it? Thank you ever so much. And the floppy pillow as well while we're at it. Because people always say, Ray, don't they, that when they first see, touch a Mulberry Silk duvet, 2 things are true. I'm a big Doctor Who fan, Ray. 2 things are true. When someone walks into the TARDIS, they always say it's bigger on the inside. So one person did say it's smaller on the outside. It was an anomaly. And the other thing they say about Mulberry Silk duvets when they touch them is
how thin it is.
Yes.
Every single person, 100 out of 100 people, any given time, when we're doing a live presentation, people can touch it. Obviously, in television, they can't. No. But at Chatsworth House this week, they'll be able to touch it. Yeah. Now, everybody says, you know, they say, hold on, this is very thin. Are you sure this will keep me warm in the winter? Yeah. And before I can answer, they then say, what TOG rating is it? Yeah. Now, the answer to both of those questions is quite simple. There is no official TOG rating with silk. And yes, it will keep you warm in the winter. The reason being, silk is a low conductor of heat. It manufactures heat in a different fashion to, say, duck, goose feather, and then it retains heat in a different fashion. You will never overheat under silk. People say, how is it possible? How can it keep you warm in the winter and cool in the summer?
Right.
Now, the honest answer is, Rob, the honest answer, nobody knows.
Yeah.
Well, one person perhaps, Mother Nature.
Mother Nature. Yeah.
She's had the secret under lock and key for 5,000 years.
'Cause that's how long ago silk was discovered,
silk was 5,000 years, yes.
Amazing.
Silk was discovered in China. Legend has it, nobody's 100% sure if this is correct, but it's a nice story anyway. The Yellow Emperor's wife, Mi Ling, I think was her name, was having afternoon tea in the garden with her lady friends. One of these little cocoons dropped from the tree above into her teacup.
Yep.
All of the silk floated off.
Yep.
She obviously was a lady who was very clever. She saw the potential and she started to manufacture silk products. And that is how silk, we think, was discovered.
Yeah.
It's a nice story,
It
isn't
is
it?
a lovely story. I like things like that.
You know, on that little cocoon there, Rob,
Oh, yeah, let's get our little
see
finger.
this little fella here?
Oh, do you remember finger mouse?
Yeah. On that little cocoon, there's over 1 mile of silk.
Wow. Yeah.
How we get the silk, we take the silkworm, we place it in a large metal tray, roughly the size of this bed. We place the metal tray containing the worm into a darkened room, and we keep it there for 35, 36 days.
Yeah.
We feed the worm exclusively in mulberry leaves.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, it will eat 10,000 times its own body weight in mulberry leaves. Doesn't sleep,
Yeah.
it just eats.
Right.
A bit like David, your son.
A bit like me, I was going to say. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
Rob,
More.
you're on a diet. You've
I
done
am.
fantastic.
Thank you, thank you.
Right. I know how hard it is to diet. I've been on a diet for years. It's difficult.
Well, what do the first 3 letters spell?
Yes. I told you once what you have to do to be successful in a diet.
Yes.
Everything you enjoy in life,
Yes.
you stop
You
eating.
stop eating, yeah.
It's as simple as
It's simple as that, exactly.
So anyway, we feed it in mulberry leaves.
Yes.
After 35, 36 days, it kicks this little cocoon off.
Yep.
We place that in tepid water. All the silk floats off in one piece.
Yeah.
Each strand over 1 mile long, and we stitch it into the duvet. So that means 2 things. It's anchored, it can't move, it can't bunch up when you wash it. And when you sleep under it, you get an even distribution of heat.
Can you answer something? Because
Yes.
my brain is trying to compute, and it's not. There's steam coming out of my ears. So you say there's about, in a king size duvet, there's about 15 miles of silk,
Yes.
right? But this is 1 mile long.
Yeah.
But there are 3,000 of
Yeah,
these?
but you have, no, in a duvet there'll be 5 or
5,
6,000.
6. So is it many miles all bunched together?
You have to remember, each strand is 8 fibres woven into one
Right.
strand.
That's what I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got a total of 15 miles, but each mile is
this
multiple
is something
fibres.
that's not made quickly.
No.
I mean, when we take the silk,
Yeah.
and the reason why we have this allergy board certificate, no other bedding company has that.
Yeah.
The reason we have it is quite simple. We go the extra mile to get top quality
Yeah.
performance from the product. Now, when we take the silk, we have to wash it
Right.
before we place it into the duvet.
Yeah, sure.
And we wash it not in tap water, we wash it in spring water, which has been filtered. So it's pure.
Yeah.
Now, in all of our duvets, there's a small vanity
Window. Yes.
I was struggling for that
I know.
word.
I was.
You saw me struggling, didn't you, Rob? You saw
Well, I always said it's window. There, I don't know. I just went window.
window.
You know, enclosure.
The
opening,
reason we
pocket.
put that little zip on, that little window, is so a customer, once they've bought one of our duvets,
Yeah.
for their own peace of mind, they can unzip it.
Zip it and
they can touch the silk.
Yeah.
And they can see how pure it is, how soft it is.
I've learned something tonight that in all the years we've worked together, I didn't know, because it never occurred to me. You know, because if you look at so if I can just show you, so on this little cocoon here, I've just pulled some of the strand. You can see how fine the strands are, and I'm like, surely you've only got 15 of those. But now you say, so it's 8
to 10.
to 10
Yeah.
cocoons per fibre.
Yes, per fibre.
So that just to create one fibre is a laborious process.
Yes.
And then there are thousands
and it's
of
done by
those.
hand, you know.
Yeah.
It's done by the old-fashioned Not all modern methods are wonderful.
No.
Sometimes, especially with traditional fabrics, for want of a better phrase, the old-fashioned methods we think are better.
Yeah.
And that's why we give this a 10-year warranty, Rob. Imagine a 10-year warranty with a duvet.
Yeah.
You buy a duvet.
You don't get any warranty with a duvet normally,
You
do
buy
you?
any duvet.
Yeah.
And say to the people you're buying it from, I might come back in 9 years and ask for my money back. They'd die laughing.
I know.
Oh, and incidentally, talking about money, here's a very important thing.
Yeah.
You know, where I live, there's an old saying, a pound saved is a pound earned.
Yes.
Now, this might interest the viewers. It certainly should interest them. We are offering our duvets this morning at a price which is slightly less than we were charging for it when we first sold it on television 22, 23 years ago.
No, you have not put the prices up.
No, and interestingly, the quality hasn't dipped.
No.
The quality is exactly the same.
Yeah.
The price, we have managed to drop it slightly.
Have you not heard of inflation?
Inflation. Well, funny enough, Rob, can I tell you something? Like an awful lot of men, I don't know much about shopping, but recently my wife has not been very well, and for the last 18 months, 2 years, I've had to do the shopping because she's not as mobile as she used to be. And I've learned an awful lot going in the supermarket.
Oh, wow.
It's quite frightening.
Take out
the cost of stuff.
Before you go
the cost of stuff.
Yeah, I know.
It's been an eye-opener.
It's crazy, I tell you. Bonkers. Here's a review from a bona fide couple of customers, actually. Heather and Gareth. In fact, we've got loads of these we have. We don't normally get time to do this, but as we're on Freeview for a whole hour, we've got it's quite leisurely, isn't it, Ray? So why don't we? They say, we bought a Mulberry Silk Duvet 2 years ago and we adore it. I love the pillow too. Thought I'd struggle as I used to like a weighty duvet, but so love our silk one and use cotton covers so we feel beautifully bougie. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
Yeah. Here's another coming up any moment. We're just taking out. We're easy breezy, beautiful cover girl this evening, folks. So Lee says, what a fantastic product. Does what it says on the tin. 5 stars plus quality and comfort, hygienic, pure luxury. Thanks, Ray.
Yeah, thank you.
And Margaret says, we purchased another one. And that's always eye-opening for me and telling. Very much look forward to it. One more, why don't we? And this is Liam who says, just saw your Mulberry Silk Duvet. I got one of these. And it's changed my life. I used to toss and turn in my sleep and get hot every night. But someone recommended this to me, and it's just amazing. I've even gifted this to my grandmother. Superb product.
It's interesting that lady is mentioning tossing and turning in her sleep. There are people who research sleep. And the Sleep Council, the Bedding Association, they reckon the average person, when they go to sleep at night, they turn over in bed between 40 to 50 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And when you're turning and tossing and turning in bed, you're not getting a quality sleep, Rob.
Right.
You know, now with silk, it is a cocoon fiber. It's light, it's not heavy, it's not bulky.
Yeah.
It gently folds itself around you. It cocoons you.
Yeah.
And it doesn't walk.
Right.
It sits.
Yes,
It doesn't move. So you tend to get a much better, more comfortable, and a more restful night's sleep. And that's what everybody's trying to achieve, a restful night's sleep. The idea is to go to bed tired and waking up refreshed. And very often people don't waken up refreshed. They're waking up disorientated, a little bit grumpy, a little bit stiff here and there. Overheating all night, tossing and turning. All I'm saying is this. We sell our duvets with an absolute rock-solid money-back guarantee.
Yes.
I'm asking you to try one.
Yep.
If you don't like it, you don't have to keep it. You simply send it back. And we will refund your money without one single word of an argument. we will simply say, thank you for trying it. Sorry you didn't like it. Here's your money back. Simple as that. So any viewer buying one of these duvets this morning, you have absolutely nothing to lose.
You started delving into an area that I find very interesting.
What's that, Rob?
Well, when you talk about tossing and turning 40 to 50 times a night, you're not supposed to. That's not the way it's supposed to be. In fact, you're supposed to, if you've had a proper, decent, good, recuperative, restful, regenerative, restorative, healing night's sleep, all the things that sleep's supposed to do, you should wake up in the morning and the covers should barely have moved. And same with you. And so when the opposite of that is true, as Ray said, you keep waking up, they call that toxic sleep. And it's a bit of a pandemic, really, because most people, certainly a very large number of people, do have every night toxic sleep. And you've had toxic sleep when you wake up, and maybe you've slept for your 8 or 9 hours, however many it is that you feel you need, and you wake up feeling tired still, or groggy, or kind of, irritable, that sort of thing, hard to focus. And it can ruin your day, and it can affect your performance at work, or at school, or at university, or wherever. And that's because if you're sleeping under anything other than a material that is naturally temperature regulating, you are going to overheat. Now, unfortunately, that means most of you watching tonight, unless you have Mulberry Silk, fall into that category, because most people, certainly in this nation, sleep under either what they used to call man-made fibres, hollow fibres, synthetic fibres, if you want to call them that, or some sort of a feather product, such as either actual feathers or very small feathers, which are, of course, described as down. And they all trap heat. They are literally heat traps. So your body is putting out heat constantly. And you're under a duvet, and so the heat is building up and up and up and up, and eventually you will get too hot. You will start sweating, and you will wake up. And the first thing you do is you throw the duvet off. And then as it gets colder, if it may be cold in the room, maybe it's during the night, your central heating has gone off by that point, and we're getting to that stage again shortly. The autumn is not that far away. And then you cool down, and then you get too cold. So what do? You wake up again and you pull your duvet back on. And that repeats itself, that cycle, all night long, all night, right? So in other words, you're not getting to sleep and staying asleep properly. Now, you're supposed to stay asleep. There are 5, if I'm correct in understanding this, 5 stages of sleep. From, your light sleep all the way down to, I think it's theta waves. It's all very complicated, and we try to look at it on Wikipedia, but no one has ever explained science on Wikipedia in just 5 words or less. It's always essays. But essentially 5 layers of or stages of sleep. If you wake up at any point in that 5-stage cycle, you can't just carry on when you left off. You have to start again. Now, each cycle takes about 90 minutes. That's why they say if you've got to sleep for a short amount of time, try and sleep in increments of 90 minutes. And so we are a nation of chronic toxic sleepers. But because, what was that? 4 to 6 cycles, apparently. The average is 5. So what was I saying? We're a nation of chronic sleepers, yes. And so we're all walking around sleep deprived, essentially. And what Mulberry Silk does, but Mulberry Silk in particular, because it's the finest money combined, it's full length, full fibre, full strand, nothing else in the duvet, or except for that. Basically, it regulates temperature. So it has this ability that when you get up to whatever is your ideal temperature, it doesn't matter. The rest of the heat is dissipated. So you never overheat. And if you don't mind indulging me, Ray, I know I'm rabbiting on here. When I first met Ray, we were on ITV together, but it was just before the pandemic. It was before the pandemic, but we also worked together during the pandemic. We got to the stage where the hotels had all closed, and I was working in Peterborough for a different company, and so I had nowhere to stay. And so because we would have had to literally close down the company, our CEO, who's actually the same CEO we have now, and so he got these things, porta cabins basically, in the car park of the studio complex, and they were called bunker bins, bunkabins, bunker bins, mini portable personal, well, I don't know if they were portable, but mini personal porta cabins essentially. They had a single bed, they had a little sort of dressing table, they had a fridge and a microwave and a little mini bathroom at the back, a little mini shower. And they were freezing cold. Now they did have rudimentary heating in them, it wasn't very good, it was very loud, I never kept it on. So Ray, after I'd done a show, it was -7 degrees outside, and Ray said, here's a single duvet, you'll be fine with this. Now I ended up buying it from him. And I went into the porta cabin, my bunker bin, after we'd done the show, and I thought, all right, let's put this to the test. Let's see if Ray is absolutely telling the truth or if he's full of shiitake mushrooms. And so I stripped down to my boxers and I wrapped myself in, there's an image for you, surrounded myself from toe to neck with my Mulberry Silk Duvet, and I waited. And it was -7 degrees outside and about -6.5 degrees inside. And after about, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes, my body temperature had warmed the inside of the duvet nicely. And I was the ideal temperature, not too hot, not too cold, just right, Goldilocks syndrome. And I thought, okay. And I waited, and I'm going to overheat. It's going to get too hot. I'm going to overheat. I'm going to overheat. And I never did. Never ever. And that's why actually we always say that if you go skiing or up the mountains.
If you go skiing, what I call the mountains, what I call the big boys mountains.
Yes.
Like Everest, K2. Yeah. I go to Canada a lot selling these. We're a Canadian company. Mount Logan in Canada, proper mountains, the big ones.
Yeah.
You'll find everything they wear is lined with silk.
Yeah.
The tents are lined with silk. The sleeping bags are lined with silk. Within the bedding industry, silk is known as the great insulator. And that's exactly what it does. It insulates.
Yeah.
And it self-regulates.
Yep.
It lets your body breathe.
Yeah.
That's the wonderful thing. It lets your body breathe.
Sure.
You most certainly, in my opinion, and not only in my opinion, you know, Rob, I mentioned earlier, I go back to the same shows year in, year out, selling silk in exactly the same location for the last 37 years.
Yep.
So a high percentage of the people I've already sold one to, if they visit that show again, they come across me and they know where I am. And very often they just walk past our stand. They give me a little wave like this. See, I've got one. Give me the thumbs up. Lovely, I love it. And they all say the same thing, every single person. They say, I love your duvet. I wish I had bought it years ago. Yeah. Because, you know, I checked this out before I came. So I know I'm not talking rubbish when I quote this figure. It's estimated a person born in Britain today, a man can expect to live 78 years. A lady, 81 years.
Yep.
Right? So that means you're going to spend 26 years of your life in bed trying to get a decent night's sleep.
Sure.
Now, if you were wearing a pair of shoes that pinched your feet, that were uncomfortable, you wouldn't keep wearing them for 26 years.
No.
You'd replace them.
Yeah.
And yet people do exactly that with bedding.
Yeah.
They go to bed at night under a duvet that makes them overheat, that makes them sweat, that makes them toss and turn. All I'm saying is, here is an alternative. You have nothing to lose by trying it. We will refund your money instantly if you don't like the duvet. I cannot honestly remember the last time we had one returned.
When you think about money and price, you know, let's look at the prices if we may. And I'm going to have Leslie do her little exercise with a calculator again. If you do, I wish. Oh no, she's panicking now. So £139 for a single, right? So it's got a 10-year guarantee. Let's say that it only lasted for 10 years and then after 10 years it just disintegrated, which it won't. It'll last, 3, 4, 5 times that potentially. But that is £13.90 a year. So that works out, if it's £13.90 divided by 365, 4 pence a day. And I think it was 5 pence a day for the double, 6 pence for the king, and 7 pence for the super king, basically. I don't know of anything on the planet, literally any product, anything, literally, that money can buy for that little amount of money that has such a major impact
on your life,
on a third of your whole life.
Yes. And apart from all the technicalities that we talk about, the bottom line is every single person I sell one of these to, they actually love it. It's as simple as that.
And with good reason. And it sounds like a lot of hype or hyperbole. It's really not. I guarantee you, in my experience, it's absolutely true. And look, when we join ITV in about 10 minutes' time, we will get a flurry a flood even of emails from people who have bought this and tried it, taken the leap of faith, and they've discovered that it is absolutely true. We spend fortunes on ourselves for our waking day. All our creature comforts. Think of how, I always quote the $3,500 I spent on a TV and a sound bar, surround sound system. But yet, you'll cheapskate yourself at bedtime when we spend a third of our lives there. And that third of our lives has such a dramatic impact on the rest of our lives, the other 2/3. They always say, don't drive tired. Or, if you're tired, do not operate heavy machinery, etc., etc. And if you're not sure, if you think, oh, I just don't know, I'm a bit skeptical, Rob, well, good, because we get to exceed your expectations, and we will, I'm confident, then we have a gateway product, which is the pillow. The pillow, first of all, you'll notice it does not flop. It is a very, very well-supported pillow. It actually has a fibre core that keeps it nice and firm. Firm's not the right word, nice and supported.
Yeah.
It's actually very soft. But you can machine wash this. This has a 2-year guarantee on a pillow. And it also has the unconditional money-back guarantee. So you can sleep on it. You can open it. Mm-hmm. You can put your pillowcase on. You can sleep on it. And if you don't like it, just with the duvet, you can call all the details, actually, for RK Sales, Ray's company. They're all on... Oopsie, sorry. Sorry, Rich. I was going to say just stay there and I'll find you. Sorry, Paul, director. It's apart from all the washing instructions. And yes, you can machine wash it too. 30 degrees. Standard size pillowcases. But always make sure, only ever use natural fibres or if you're going to cover your pillow or duvet. Cotton. We recommend Egyptian cotton. It's dirt cheap. Go to Amazon, 30 quid for a duvet set, and you get 300 thread count for that. Although, am I allowed to say?
Yes.
I shouldn't. We actually have got Egyptian cotton, 360, did you say?
320.
320 thread count, in the same colours as the pillowcases, coming up soon.
They're on their way.
They're on their way. They'll be here soon.
We're already, can I just interrupt?
Of course.
We're already selling these top covers in Canada.
Yeah.
And they've been a major success. The customer feedback for them, Rob, is absolutely amazing. And as you know, I brought one down this evening.
Yeah.
And in the green room, I let you see it. And Leslie, the producer, she looked at it. And she's a lady, a home builder, yourself. Everybody said how beautiful it was.
Ray,
top quality.
You've changed Leslie forever. in one night, she's been fondling luxury bedding, and also we have the foot massager of foot massagers.
The Rolls Royce.
The Rolls Royce. And I can't tell you anything about it. I don't want to give it away. Oh, it's amazing. And Leslie put her feet in there, and she made noises that, frankly, I blushed. She was, to say she was in hog heaven would have been an understatement. So yeah, that's coming up. But get yourself a pillow. Do check out when ITV join. The pillow will sell out probably in about half an hour. That would be my guess. We only have in stock the number of pillows that we sold. What was it? 8 times more in the last show.
8 times more.
8 times more in the last show.
We're very short of pillows.
Very short of pillows. And we only have, and of the duvets that we have left, I think we sold about 4 or 5 times as many as we've got left tonight as well. So we're probably going to have, the only thing we'll have left will be the mattress. And we've only got, well, actually, even that, we've only got one size left in that, and there aren't many. So look, Ray, you may be going home early, Ray.
The last show we did, and I'd like to thank the viewers very much. The last show we did was a record-breaking show.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like to thank the viewers for trusting us. Everything that was ordered in that show last week has already been sent out.
Yes.
And I can assure you, you'll enjoy sleeping under it.
Oh, we have to ask them to see if they'll email in. Now, Leslie, our producer, was just wondering if we had time to sneak in the pillowcases. So here's a little sneaky look at these 100% AAA grade Mulberry Silk pillowcases. We have them in white, we have them in sage, which is the green, we have them in desert, and which is the sort of the sand colour, and what did I miss? The Arctic, which is the blue. Now, I thought we'd sold out of the white last time. A few came back. Now, that sometimes happens when people aren't approved for PayPal and things like that. Or maybe there was some extra stock that we had, I don't know. But anyway, we do have a few white, but TikTok just fell over. Yeah, you got to be really quick if you want to get them. They're 100% silk, both sides. They have a very special inner coating, which stops the pillow from slipping out, because silk is rather slippery. And they're only £35. Stay tuned, because ITV are about to join. Ready? Ray, are you ready?
Yep. Ready, ready.
I mean, it's going to be a fast and furious one. Get ready. I hope you check out now. If you're watching now, I really heartily suggest you check out, or you will miss your opportunity to buy anything that we're offering tonight. You've heard the story. You've heard the theory. Hopefully some of the science as well, if there was any. And yeah, honestly, it is just brilliant. Oh, sorry, we're not about to join ITV. Oh, I've got 3 minutes. So we had a video. Oh, we had a video. That's right. So we had a video. Oh, here's a video. No, we're not. We'd seen the video? Yes. What was the 10 Sorry, I'm really confused. What was the 15 seconds to? Oh, sorry, that was out of the video. I missed that bit.
You'll have to start taking your medicine.
I think you're right. It's that I couldn't put... Do you know what? I have been up working for the last nearly 3 weeks.
No excuses, Rob.
I know. I need to go home. I've gone a bit peculiar, if I'm being honest. I really have. I think I just accidentally gaslighted Paul. Or is it gaslit? I suppose it would be gaslit, wouldn't it? There are the duvets, there are the pillowcases, there are the mattresses. Though we do have the mattress pads as well. If you've got a mattress already and it's rubbish, you can get this to cover over the top of your mattress. This gives you sort of like the top magic of essentially a cocoon mattress without having to replace the whole mattress. I think we've sold out of the double apparently. So there were 2 customers asking for it and they've already got it. So yeah, no double, I'm afraid. But we will cover all this in a lot more detail very, very shortly when we join ITV. I honestly, when you add up what you spend in a lifetime on pillows and we've only got about a minute or so.
The average lady,
lot, isn't it?
With a husband, 2 children, in her lifetime, it's estimated she will buy 30 to 40 pillows, more like 40.
That is extraordinary.
You buy them, they're cheap, they're nasty, you get tempted, you buy them, and you end up throwing them in the dustbin.
But even if you said really, a tenner a pillow, it's still 400 or 500 quid.
Yeah.
Versus 35. Whereas, I've had my pillows for now, what, 5
Must be 5 years.
5 years.
My house, we've only been making pillows for 6 years.
Oh,
we were asked to make them by a buyer at the previous TV company,
So they were
which
quite
we both
new.
worked on.
Right, I've got to stop you because
Okay.
we're about to say hello. We're going to join ITV, or they're going to join us, or somewhere along the lines, ITV is going to be in the mix. So get ready. At this time of night, we're talking about hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people. So these are going to go quick. Check out now if you can. See you in a sec. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Shop on TV with me, Rob Locke, with me. And it's Mulberry Silk night, ladies and gentlemen. If you were watching last week, we had what was essentially a record-breaking show. And so if you weren't watching, let me just bring you up to speed. These are the finest silk duvets, pillows, mattresses and pillowcases really that money can buy. They're AAA grade mulberry silk. There is no finer silk on the planet. And but there's more to it than that. These are life-changing. These will change 1/3 of your life in the next half an hour, I guarantee it, if you're interested enough to just keep watching. And I always say that because people who stay and watch literally change their lives for the better. There is nothing that I know of on planet Earth that you can buy for as low a price that has such a major impact on such a major part of your life, and that is your sleep. These products will help you sleep better, much better than you are now if you don't have them already. If you're sleeping under a conventional hollow fibre or feather product, duvet, pillow, whatever, you're not sleeping as well as you can. In fact, you're probably not sleeping well at all. We'll get into that. And this is the solution. Now, if you were, because they were all shipped, you've all got them by now. If you were watching on the last show, which was Thursday, I think it was. Thursday night. But do me a favour, I've got my trusty iPad. I always say, please, will you email in with a testimonial and do one of two things. Either call me a liar and say that everything we said on the show last week was absolute rubbish. You shyster, Rob, we should never have listened to you. I imagine that'll be fairly sparse on the iPad, hopefully non-existent. I hope there won't be any of those. But and this is always the case, people go, Rob, my God, you were actually telling the truth. I've never slept so well in my life. These products have changed my life. They're transformational, and they really are, I believe. I'm confident. In my experience, they are. Then please drop us a line, just a few, either to studio@shopontv.co.uk or go to our website, and there's a web message box that you can click on when you go on the live page, and just fill in a little ditty there. We can't reply to the web messages, but we can to emails, obviously. If you need if you've got a question, make sure you use the email. So here's the sit rep. In the last show, if you were watching, where last we left off, we said that we were planning to restock everything for the show tonight if the containers cleared customs. They didn't. So we have not restocked. We sold out of the white pillowcase. We did have a few extra that bounced back, so we've got very low stocks. We have in stock tonight basically 1/8 of the pillows that we sold in the last show, or I say we sold, that you bought in the last show. This will probably sell out in about half an hour. If you're not quick, you will not get it. This is full of 100% pure, full-length mulberry silk, AAA mulberry silk. The duvets, overall, all the different sizes, we have about 1/5 available tonight of what you purchased in the last show. Pillowcases, everything is low. We will probably, if our audience is sizable tonight, will sell out of everything, possibly in the next hour. And we've also sold out completely of the double mattress. We've only got one size of mattress in stock. So sorry, but because things didn't clear customs, we ain't got a lot left. And I, hand on heart, genuinely mean that. So let's get started. Let me give you the prices of the duvets. In fact, no, let's not do that. I want you to wait and find out. Well, the prices are on the screen anyway. It works out at about 4p a day to own this duvet for the amount of time that it is guaranteed for. 4p for the single, 5 for the double, 6p a day for the king, and 7p a day for the super king, roughly. because they're guaranteed for 10 years. They carry the Allergy UK certificate of approval for effectiveness against live dust mites. The pillows have a 2-year guarantee. All the products have a money-back guarantee, so you're not buying tonight, you're trying tonight. Silk wicks away 30% of its weight in moisture, helping to keep you dry at night when you sweat. And they are silk is a natural heat regulator, so these products will help to keep you warm in the winter and cool in the summer, believe it or not. They are amazing. I've got them on my beds at home. My son has too. We have them in the crew house. All the crew have them. Everyone who works for Shop on TV is all mulberry silked up. It is phenomenal, and if you don't buy it, you're only going to sleep worse than you could, I believe. Genuinely, if you've not got silk on your bed, and this is the finest quality money can buy, I don't care how much money you got, you could have all the money in the world, and you want the best quality silk, AAA grade mulberry silk, and that's what is in full length, unbroken form in these duvets and pillows and pillowcases and such. Now, they say that mulberry silk is the king of silks, but I don't think that's necessarily true, because to me, the undisputed king of silk is sitting opposite me now, the one and only Ray Kennedy. Hello, Ray. How are you, sir?
Morning, Rob.
Good to see you.
I'm very well, and good morning to all the viewers.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to tonight. If we're even a tiny bit as successful as we were last week, you're quite right. With normal luck, we should sell out.
So we're on a bit of a time crunch, so I'll get all my enthusiasm out the way later.
Okay.
But in a nutshell, why do people need to hurry the heck up and get these as quick as they can?
Well, normally we would have quite a large quantity of stock available. The reason why we don't have it available tonight, we sold so much last week, and the reason why the merchandise hasn't cleared customs is it's a holiday weekend and the customs are behind.
Yeah.
But starting in the beginning of next week, I'm sure we'll have a mountain of stock available again. But anybody who's viewing this morning, we are very short of merchandise. And what we have on offer this morning is the highest quality bedding you could possibly imagine. It's sold with a money-back guarantee. It's sold with a 10-year warranty. It's machine washable. It's allergy board approved. The customers love it. And if you don't like it, which is very unlikely, we will refund your money instantly. So Rob's quite right. You have nothing to lose by trying it.
So the prices are, yes, they are more expensive than a rubbishy, hollow fibre, cheapo duvet from a department store, yes. But you'll replace those countless times throughout your life, and also you'll get hot. This is all about curing something, an ailment, if you will, that most of the world suffers from, certainly most of the developed world, and that is toxic sleep. Because if you get too hot, or too cold for that matter, while you're sleeping, you wake up. Now, there are apparently 4 to 6 layers of sleep, or stages of sleep, we'll call it 5 as the average, and you have to go through them all to get a good night's sleep. And if you don't, if you get woken up at any point, you can't go back and carry on where you left off. You have to start from scratch. Each sleep cycle is about 90 minutes. If you're tossing and turning all night, you're not sleeping properly. When you wake up, really the cover should barely have moved. You should barely have moved. That's basically a sign that you are not sleeping properly. So you're never going to wake up feeling totally refreshed and restored and recuperated and regenerated and all of that sort of thing. It's when your body heals when you're sleeping, etc., etc., etc. So let's talk, shall we, about the marvellous properties of, these are already absolutely flying out the door, of silk.
Right.
Please, Ray, and why these properties?
Well, as you know, the properties, there's 3 that spring to mind immediately.
Yeah.
As you know, Rob, we as a company have been in business for 67 years.
Yeah.
And for 37 of those years, we're the official agents for the Mulberry Silk Company, manufacturing company for the United Kingdom.
Yes.
And for 37 years, at every live exhibition in the United Kingdom, we exhibit selling silk. For instance, tomorrow will be at Chatsworth House at the show there. We've been going there for over half a century. Now, people, when they come to a live exhibition, they can actually touch the duvet, obviously. Of
course, yeah.
They can touch it. On television, they can't.
No.
But when they touch it, when they see it for the first time, every single customer, they say, you know, this is very thin. It's different.
Yeah.
Are you sure this will keep me warm? And before I can even get an answer out, they then say, what TOG rating is it? Well, the answer to both of those questions is quite simple. There is no official TOG rating with silk. Now, silk is a low conductor of heat. It retains heat in a different fashion to duck, goose, feather, or man-made fibers.
Yep.
It will keep you warm in the winter, really warm.
Yes.
And interestingly, in the summer, it reverses and keeps you cool.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is quite simple. Silk is a hydrophilic protein. Hydra, water-loving, philic, loving, water-loving protein, similar to your hair. Yeah. So warm in the winter, really warm. I mean, we are a Canadian company, and I must tell you, I sell these quite a lot on television in Canada. In fact, I'm there in the next 10 days. And in the winter in Canada, believe you me, it's very cold. You get up around Quebec, it's 20, minus 20, 25 sure. in the winter. And we've been selling those in those type of temperatures, in those type of temperatures for 37 years. Yeah. No problem.
Well, if you go to the Arctic explorers, you know, you go to the North Pole or the South Pole,
you're quite right.
They all have silk lined.
Everything they wear is lined with silk.
Yeah.
The outer garment might be waterproof, but the filling within is silk. The tents are lined with silk. The sleeping bags are lined with silk. Yep. This is interesting. I've never mentioned this on TV before, but I'll mention it tonight. I had a cousin who, during COVID, became quite famous.
Oh.
He reported to the nation every evening at 6 o'clock during COVID and also during the Falklands War. And he sold guns and stuff for Britain.
Right.
And he used to travel to a lot of Arab countries.
Yes.
And he told me once he went to meet Colonel Gaddafi, who had 2 or 3 marvelous palaces.
Right.
But when Ian went to visit him, in his capacity as a representative for the United Kingdom government, Mr. Gaddafi was living in the desert in a giant tent lined with silk.
Wow.
He wasn't in the palace. That's a fact, you know.
Well, I didn't know that.
He wasn't in the palaces, stone built. He was in a tent lined with silk because it was keeping him cool. So you see, any warm country, silk is the answer. Any cold country, silk is the answer.
Can I tell you that because it's been reasonably hot? So in the crew house, I have these annoying blinds that if you have the windows open and the blinds closed, they clang backwards and forwards all the time. So the answer for me is I have the blinds open, the windows open, and I wear a sleep mask. And that's the only way to do it. The thing is that the way my room is facing, when the sun comes up in the morning, it beats through the windows. And I suddenly wake up and I'm like, what is that? And I can feel the heat on my legs. Do you know what I do? I pull my Mulberry Silk Duvet over me.
Yeah.
And it cools me down. It's incredible. But then I always tell this story, and forgive me for repeating myself 1,000,001 times, but during lockdown, so I met Ray shortly and started working with Ray just before lockdown. And we did many shows together, but when the hotels closed during lockdown and we had nowhere to stay, I was working in Peterborough for a different company, but also on ITV at the time. And we had these porter cabins in the car park that our CEO had arranged so we could come to work and had somewhere to stay. And they were called bunker bins. Look them up. They're hilarious. Little tiny porter cabin, single bed, dressing table, microwave and a fridge and a little bathroom at the back. And they were freezing. Even the heating was terrible. It was really loud, so I could never turn it on. So Ray lent me a single Mulberry Silk Duvet, and we'd done a show, and I thought, I'm going to put all this to the test to find out, you know, if Ray's actually speaking the truth, because I was sceptical, as I know some of you may be now, and that's good. And so I declothed, disrobed, wrapped myself in my single Mulberry Silk Duvet, got into bed and waited. And within a few minutes, I'd reached this lovely temperature. And then I thought, I'm going to overheat. I'm going to overheat. It's going to get too hot. I'm going to overheat. Yeah, I'm bound to overheat. I'm sure I'm going to. Never did. Silk, you get to your ideal temperature, be it whether it's hot outside or cold outside, you kind of get to that ideal temperature. And then the silk sort of naturally dissipates any excess. So you never get too hot. And the problem, when I was talking about toxic sleep, the biggest contributor to toxic sleep is temperature. Because if you've got a hollow fibre, synthetic filling in your duvet, or if you have any kind of feather, be it large feathers or small downy feathers, they trap heat. They are heat traps. So you cover yourself with a duvet, your body heats up, and that heat just keeps on building up and up and up and up. It doesn't have anywhere to go. So you start sweating profusely. Now you've got moisture and you've got heat. And eventually you wake up, duvet's off. Now, during the winter, you'll start to cool down. That's because a lot of people, the heating goes off, doesn't it, while you're in bed. You start to cool down, and then you get too cold. You wake up again, duvet's back on. And then you get too hot, duvet's, and it repeats, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And so this will never happen, certainly in my experience, with Mulberry Silk products. So now you are staying asleep all through the night.
Yeah. Silk is a cocoon fibre. With these big, heavy, puffy duvets, they tend to walk away in the middle of the night. Silk is a cocoon fibre. It gently folds itself around you, and then it sits. It doesn't move. It doesn't walk. So you get an even distribution of heat. It's not cold down here and warm up there. An even distribution of heat. And the wonderful thing about it is this particular duvet and it's the only one in all of the United Kingdom that's allergy board approved. And that's very, very important. The allergy board in the United Kingdom are based in Warwick University. Now, I say this as a compliment, Rob, not as a criticism. They're very difficult people to satisfy. So much so, we are the only company currently selling silk duvets anywhere in Europe that has this coveted certificate. I have a copy of it here in my hand. Now, you'll notice down at the bottom here, it's issued for 1 year at a time. Now, they do that for a reason. They're very clever. They tell you that 1 year at a time, to make sure that our standards don't drop, they can call into our premises at any time
they like
to check.
I'm going to have to stop you,
Right,
because we're about to join STV. It's Scotland. You may be familiar.
Bonnie Scotland, Rob. Bonnie Scotland.
Well, hello to everybody watching on STV. ITV are with us, Freeview are with us, everybody else is with us. We're all now together as one big happy television family. Welcome home. And I'm Rob Lock with an E. You probably know that already, and if you don't, I'm Rob Lock with an E. And we are talking Mulberry Silk, and where last we left off, we were just explaining to everybody how, I'll give you in a nutshell. Are you ready? Here's the bullet point list of why you need to buy a Mulberry Silk duvet and pillow, and if you can stretch to it, a mattress as well. Mulberry Silk, AAA Mulberry Silk is literally, no matter how much money you've got, no money in the world can buy any finer quality of silk than AAA grade. In all these duvets and all these pillows, that's all you get. It is also 100% full length. This is a cocoon from a silkworm. This is exactly what it looks like. Apart from the fact that they are very, very strong, in fact, tensile strength, is stronger, sort of like for like, than steel. And if the only thing stronger actually is spider's web. But you'll see there are these very fine little fibres. When they're unwound, they're about 1 to 2 miles long. And that they are used to create strands of silk, the fibres of silk that go into all these products. And there are about 8 to 10 fibres per strand. And there are about 5,000 of these in a king-size duvet. So, and you can see them. There they are, unbroken, full length, and they are woven by hand into these duvets. So, and that little vanity pocket is on every single duvet. So you can open it, you can see, you can touch, you can feel your silk that is in your product. And on the outside, Egyptian cotton, 230 thread count, long fibre cotton, we'll talk about that later. That's it, 2 ingredients, boom. So, a 10-year guarantee with every duvet, a 10-year guarantee. However, anecdotally, people who own these duvets have them for 20, 30, maybe more years. You buy this now as an adult, it may outlive you. You buy this for your kids, they will be probably still using it when they are in their middle age or beyond. Also, you have an absolutely unconditional, no quibble, money-back guarantee on everything you buy from the Mulberry Silk product range tonight. You're not buying it tonight. You are trying it tonight. If you, for any reason, decide, no, don't like it, I'm not, everything Rob said didn't work out for me, you can call, in fact, actually every piece of bedding has the contact details right on the tag, and you will get all your money back, less the P&P, because obviously we have to pay the postman, right? So here are the prices. Single is normally $169. We've got it for £139. Now, think about how you'll probably spend many times that on inferior quality duvets that will then, they will clump, they will lose their sort of plumpness. They will be filled with dust mites and dust mite droppings and things like that. They'll go nasty and horrible, full of bacteria. You can't wash them. They're expensive to dry clean. You throw them away, you buy a new one. These never have that problem. They're all machine washable. You can wash these in a regular 7.5 kilo front-loading washing machine on a 30-degree wash. Use your favourite washing detergent or laundry powder or tablets or liquids, whatever you like. You can use fabric softener or conditioner if you want. And you can also tumble dry them. You can line dry them. You can use all your standard size, regular bedding sizes on them if you wish. You don't have to, but you can. Just make sure they are cotton. They are natural fibre cotton, Egyptian cotton preferably, otherwise the properties of silk will be blocked. And again, the Allergy UK certificate, as Ray said. So the double is $179. By the way, if they only lasted 10 years, which they'll last way longer than that, but they're not going to suddenly vanish or disintegrate after 10 years. But that's £13.90 a year for the single. That works out at 4p a day. So if you have them for 40 years, it's 1p a day. Double, 179, that works out at about 5p a day. The King, £199, works out at about 6p a day. And the Super King, about 7p a day, £219. Yes, they're more expensive than regular, rubbishy old hollow fibre, stuff that you buy from the local bedding shop or the local department store. But again, you'll pay hundreds and hundreds and hundreds in a lifetime replacing those. You'll never get a good night's sleep with them that I'm aware of, or certainly in my experience. And you can't wash them. They're just awful. We're going to get into all of that. And you are guaranteed that all of the silk in all of these products is full length. It's not offcuts. It's not a percentage of mulberry silk and then the rest is inferior fibres, which most other mulberry silk products that I've found are, by the way. And even the ones that claim to be mulberry silk, AAA grade mulberry silk, are not necessarily, if I've not found any, that are full length fibres. This cocoon is unravelled, full length. There are 5,000 of these. 8 to 10 of them woven together per fibre in your duvet. They're all literally stitched to the top of the outer cover. They are woven around a full 1 to 2 mile length strands, about 15 miles of fibres per duvet, and then they are stitched into these box cassettes to keep them all in place. Amazing. Now, I know I'm doing a lot of the talking here. I'm not being rude, Ray. I'm just trying to...
All right, Rob, carry on.
We're running out of time.
Carry on.
But we need to give stock updates because we were supposed to get all these back in stock for tonight. The new stock did not clear customs. So we started with about 100 pillows. I mean, basically 800 people bought pillows, something like that, in the last show. And a third of the stock of the double and the King gone now. You've got to check your baskets out. And what was the percentage of the pillows? 10 of the single, but we've only got a handful of singles left, and 10 of the Super King, we've only got a handful of those left. 10% gone. And what was the percentage of the pillows? That's 15% of the pillows. So you must check out. We could end up with a complete sellout by I don't know, within the next half an hour or so. Very busy on the pillowcases as well. If you've got any questions, please ask. And if you want to send us a testimonial, let us know. Now you've had your products from last week. What did you think of them? I have a blank tablet waiting to be filled with your email, studio@shopontv.co.uk. Right. Sorry, I just wanted to kind of, right, there's the summary. Now let's hear it in depth. How is Mulberry Silk made? How are the duvets made?
Well, it's quite simple, really.
Yeah.
Basically, we take the silkworm, we place it in a large metal tray. We place the tray containing the worm into a darkened room, and we keep it there for 35, 36 days. Now, we feed the worm exclusively in mulberry leaves, nothing else. It will eat 10,000 times its own body weight in mulberry leaves.
Wow.
And its body weight will increase tenfold. Now, after 35, 36 days, it kicks the cocoon off. This is a cocoon here I have at the top of my finger, right?
I've got one too.
We place that cocoon in tepid water, and all the silk floats off, unbroken, in one piece, right? Each strand of silk on this little cocoon, believe it or believe it not, each fibre is over 1 mile long, unbroken. Now, because it's long, because it's unbroken, that allows us to stitch it all the way around the perimeter. Now, they do that by hand. It takes 2 skilled operators, a day, sometimes longer, a day and a half, to make one duvet. Once they have anchored it around the edge, the perimeter, they can now pull it towards themselves, and they put these box cassettes in by machine. Now, that means 2 things. One, when you sleep under it, you get an even distribution of heat, right? And 2, when you wash it, because you can wash it as often as you want, wash it a cold wash, 30 degrees, tumble dry or line dry. The largest one we make is a Super King. It weighs 2.5 kilos. Wash it, cold wash 30 degrees. When you wash it, it cannot clump up because it's anchored, right? When you sleep under it, you get an even distribution of heat. It'll wick away 30% of its own weight in moisture or sweat. So if you share a bed with a partner who overheats and tends to sweat, this is positively the duvet for you. Any lady going through the menopause, that terrible time where you have hot sweats, cold sweats, don't think twice. Buy yourself one of these duvets. Buy yourself one.
If you're bed
It
bound
will change your life
Yeah.
as far as sleep is concerned. And if it doesn't, you're not married to it. Simply send it back. And we'll refund your money with the same speed and the same civility that we take it from you. Remember, you have a 10-year warranty. The duvets we have in my bed at home are 37 years old. Silk is the second strongest natural fibre in the world. I always say to people, when you buy this duvet, look upon it as an investment. It's not something you're going to have to replace in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years' time. You buy it, and it will last you the best part, we estimate, of your adult life. Wonderful.
It really, really is. By the way, so wonderful name, somebody from West London, Rob. And I used to live in West London, actually. I miss it. Said, hope you're both well. Thank you, Rob. We are both well. What sizes of duvet have you got left? So we currently have all sizes, but they're very, very limited. Well, they're becoming very, very limited in stock. So we only started with a handful of singles. So the single, we're down to low double digits, I believe. Double, we also have, well, they're all available, but they're all in very, very limited quantity. I think we only had something ridiculous like 89 duvets in total. Now, in the last show, about 500 people bought duvets.
Yeah.
In the last show,
Just over, I think.
About 800 people bought pillows. We've got hardly any pillows left. The pillow, can I just say very quickly, the pillow, now 20% has gone. That, it's only £35. They estimate that, an average household can get through 40 to 50 pillows in a lifetime of the rubbish ones because you throw them away. You sweat into them. They build up dust mites. They build up bacteria. They flatten. They get hard. You can't machine wash them. You can't dry clean them. You throw them away. You buy a new set. And they make your head hot. You're constantly sweating into your pillow, turning the pillow around. Forget all of that. This is the answer. This you can put in the washing machine. This you can get with a money-back guarantee. If you don't like it, you get your money back. And that's something you absolutely cannot do with any other pillow on the market. Once you've opened it, you're stuck with it. You can't give it back. You can't get your money back. You can't give it to a charity, even though they won't take it. The only thing you can do is give it to a pet home, a pet rescue place. These, unconditional, no quibble money-back guarantee, and also a 2-year warranty. I've had my pillows, again, that's minimum. I've had mine for about 5 years. Who's thinking about getting another one? Oh, Alan. I've got an email from Alan. Alan ordered from us last Thursday, Ray.
Right. Well.
So here we go. Thank you for sending this in. This is from Alan. I'd just like to thank Ray for my order getting here today, which was a double duvet, pillowcase and pillow. I only ordered last week. Can't believe I got it so quick.
Thank you, Alan.
We aim to please. As it was a bank holiday weekend. I've put it on my bed and can't wait to go to bed to check it out. Thinking of getting another pillow. Keep up the good work. Alan, you're in for an absolute treat. This will change the way you sleep. Well, first of all, you will actually now sleep. I mean, that is something you can't say about... Honestly, folks, I'm not kidding you.
Restful night's sleep.
Restful night's sleep.
Alan, thank you very much for your order. I can assure you, you're going to enjoy it. If you don't, please send it back and we'll refund your money. But I can assure you, you've made a wise decision.
Yes. The pillow's absolutely flying. And the questions we always get, by the way, are with the duvets and with the pillows, can I put a pillowcase on the pillow? Do I need pillow protectors? Can I put regular duvet covers on the duvet? Yes, yes, and yes. So with the pillows, any standard pillowcase, although we have luxury AAA grade Mulberry Silk pillowcases, silk both sides, 100% silk with a special sprayed.
Sprayed on,
like a sprayed in cotton inside.
It's the only one we know. The only silk pillowcase we know that has this lining inside. Yes. There's a saying that's known the whole world over: smooth as silk.
Yes.
Now, compared to silk, even the highest grade,
so nice.
Rob, even the highest grade cotton.
Yeah.
Compared to silk, cotton is coarse.
Yes.
So by spraying a layer of cotton inside, the cotton grips the pillow.
Because otherwise the pillow would slide out.
And it keeps the silk smooth as silk. So you don't get any lines in your face when you're waking up in the morning.
Yeah.
And crucially, it looks fabulous on the bed.
We have 4 colours, although the white is now limited. Again, it's going to sell out, so get it quick. So we've also got the Arctic, which is that lovely sort of ice blue. We've got the Sage, which is the beautiful green, like a pastel green, and then the Desert, which is that
desert sand. That's lovely.
Sand colour. They are 100% AAA grade, top quality, best.
Allergy board approved.
Yes.
No dust mites.
Amazing. While we're on the pillow, do you want? Or we're talking about the pillowcases, but we can talk about the pillow as well. Unless there's, well, no, actually, tell us about the pillowcases. We're on it. We've got the details up.
Give us a couple of minutes on the thing about the pillowcase is this. Can I just give any viewers watching a little word, 2 words of warning, actually? When you buy pillowcases anywhere in Britain, be very careful. Make sure that you read the label on the pillowcase. Now, the reason I say that, this has happened quite a lot recently. I had, to give you an example, I had a lady come up to me a few weeks ago. She said, "Do you sell pillowcases?" I said, "Yes, we do." At a live exhibition, this happened. She said, "Could I look at one, please?" And I gave it to her, and she put it between her hands like this, and she said, "Oh, these feel wonderful." She said, interestingly, she said, "Your pillowcase is silk on both sides." I said, "Well, of course." She said, "Well, I bought some on the internet." She said they were £47 each. And when they were delivered, they only had silk in one side.
Wow.
And she said it got worse. She said, when I read the label, they weren't pure silk. They had a label on them, silk, but it was what they call a silk mix. What they do, Rob, they get cotton, polyester, they polish it so it looks like silk. And to the untrained eye, you can't tell the difference. Now, they do this so they get a higher profit margin.
Of course.
Usually it's 30% silk, 70% man-made fibers. Now, everything we are offering this morning is manufactured by the official Mulberry Silk Manufacturing Company Limited. Everything is pure, AAA grade mulberry silk, considered by the silk industry to be the king of silks. Now, when people come up to me at a live show, they often say, I've read about these pillowcases. They stop your wrinkling, don't they? Now, they get no wonder you're laughing, Rob. They get an awful shock when I say, I'm sorry, nothing will stop your wrinkling. But what you can do, Rob, you can slow the process down dramatically.
Ray's actually 162. I'm just kidding.
Well, actually, I'm funny enough you mention that. I'm exactly half of that. I'm 83. So you were only 80. You were nearly there.
I was just a little out. Yeah,
Right.
sorry, please continue.
So you can fight against the wrinkling. It's as simple as that. Now, in silk, there are 18 amino acids. One of them is called sericin. Now, what sericin does is you sleep. It traps the moisture within your skin, and it saves your skin drying out. Ask your hairdresser what it does for your hair. There is no static in silk, so it cuts out frizz. And if you have long hair in particular, I have 4 granddaughters. They're all around about 14, 15, 16, 17. They've all got hair down to the waist. It seems to be very, very fashionable. And people with long hair, they tie it up at night when they go to bed to save it tangling and knotting. Silk stops that happening. Now, I have no hesitation in saying, none whatsoever, if you were lucky enough to find a shop in the United Kingdom selling silk pillowcases this quality, you'd pay minimum £50 for them, probably 55 or 60. These pillowcases are on sale for £35. And my advice to you, if you have any member of your family who takes a pride in their appearance, who wants the skin to look good, who wants their hair to look fabulous, buy a couple of pillowcases. And remember, we will give you your money back if you don't like them, but these are the creme de la creme. We're actually selling you champagne for the price of beer. It's the best you can possibly get. The colors are beautiful. They make a really nice gift, and they're going to last you, silk is very strong, the best part of your adult life.
Now, little news flash for you, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know exactly when they're going to be here, but hopefully soon. We finally are going to be bringing you duvet covers in the same colours as the pillowcases in 320 thread count long fibre Egyptian cotton. So they're on their way. We'll get them here as soon as we possibly can. Just remember, if you put a pillowcase on your pillow, your Mulberry Silk pillow, unless you're using one of these silk ones, if you put a duvet cover on your duvet, you don't have to, they look great on their own. Make sure that it is cotton, preferably Egyptian cotton. Honestly, you can go to Amazon and Dunelm and places like that, and you can get Egyptian cotton, a duvet set, with 2 pillowcases if it's anything over a single, for about 30 quid. There are some. I mean, the most, if you really want to go top, get really high thread count, 40, 50 quid. And you can get cheaper as well. And the same with your fitted sheet as well. If you're going to get a Mulberry Silk or a cocoon mattress, make sure you put silk or cotton on top of that as well. Now, by the way, in the subject of pillow protectors, you don't need them, but if you do put pillow protectors on your pillows, which it helps protect them, particularly if you've got Airbnbs or anything like that, if you've got guest houses and what have you, make sure they're 100% pure cotton. There are a couple of companies I found, I bought them myself for my Mulberry Silk pillows, that make absolutely 100% cotton pillow protectors and mattress protectors that have no plastic or anything like that in them at all. If they're polyester or any kind of a man-made fibre or synthetic fibre, the silk can't do its thing. You don't get the temperature regulation. You don't get the moisture wicking, because it's like if you try to fry something on a non-stick frying pan by putting a metal steel plate on the bottom. This non-stick's not touching the food, so it ain't going to work. Same sort of principle here. Let's talk. Oh, I've got another email actually. Can I just read an email?
Go on, Rob.
Liz, hi Liz, how are you? Says, hi both, I have a Mulberry Silk duvet, pillows and Arctic colour pillowcases about 2 months ago. Wondered what are the little tags for at the corners of the duvet?
Well, the little tags, very often people, especially perhaps as they get older, they're not as strong as they used to be. Maybe they live on their own and their partner has passed away. And very often people, when they have a large, heavy, puffy duvet, they struggle to get the duvet into the top cover.
Yes, yes.
Now, these little tags are on our duvet, so you can grip them and help you pull the duvet tight into the corner.
Yes.
So they're there as an aid, really.
Some duvet covers also have little buttons in the corners, or
yes.
hoops in the corners, so you can also tie the duvet and anchor it in if you want to as well. Mark in Oxford says, I finally bit the bullet about 9 months ago and bought the Super King duvet. So I've lived through both hot and cold seasons with this duvet. Firstly, the weight of the duvet is fantastic and the warmth is superb. Even during hot periods when I have the aircon on, I still have it covering my waist to my feet. Any other duvet has been thrown off. I can't believe how good this product is and wouldn't hesitate in buying it again.
It's funny, you know, Rob, even in very, very hot, humid nights, sometimes people that have these big, heavy duvets, they throw the duvet off, and 20 minutes later, even though it's hot and humid, they feel cold.
Yeah, yeah.
Because of the sweat on their body.
Right.
And very often they pull the duvet back on, which makes them even hotter. But silk is a hydrophilic protein. Hydra, water, philic, loving. Water-loving protein. And coming back, can I just mention there's something we forgot to mention, or I did, I apologize. Coming back to the pillowcase, right? If you put this pillowcase on your pillow, very often people, when they go to bed, they put on expensive creams. They paid maybe 30, 40, 50, 60 pounds for a little jar of cream. Quite rightly, they're preserving their skin. So you put this cream on your skin, you put your head in a cotton pillowcase. Cotton will drain the water, the moisture, the cream, this expensive cream, from your skin. That's not sales talk, that's a fact.
Oh, we've got one white left.
Silk will trap the moisture within your skin. So the cream you paid 30, 40, 50 pounds for will stay in your skin. It won't go into the pillowcase.
So for the pillow, it's better to have a silk pillowcase. The
if you can afford it,
if you can afford it,
in the long run, it's better. But Rob, if you buy a silk pillowcase, it's quite simple. Your skin's going to look fab. Go onto Google, Wikipedia. Check out what I'm saying. Your skin's going to look fabulous. Your hair's going to look outstanding, and you can get more or less guarantee that.
Can I strongly recommend you check out, as I said, you know, we could have a total sellout by 2 o'clock. I don't know, we'll see. You never know how these things are going to go and what program was on before and how many people are watching and all that kind of thing. Oh, racing. Oh. So please do check out your baskets, because it will be September before we get these stocks replenished.
Yeah, September 12th.
So the white has gone, folks. That is sold out. There aren't many pillows left either. There aren't many duvets left. Leslie, do you want to talk about the pillow briefly? Because this is I call this a gateway product for Mulberry Silk. If you haven't got the budget, and I know payday is painfully close but not here yet, if you can stick it on a credit card for a few days, it's worth it, because I don't know, otherwise you might be waiting for the stock. Why wait to have a good night's sleep? You could be having a good night's sleep in just a few days' time. So they're £40, the pillows. But this is a good thing I always recommend to start with. You can always try the pillow. Once you've tried the pillow and gone, wow, that Rob, that Ray, they were only telling the truth, you know.
Well, Rob, you mentioned the pillows are £40.
Yeah.
Right. Now, there's only two people you can buy this pillow from, myself or from Shop and TV.
Yes.
Now, Shop and TV buy them from me. Now, interestingly enough, Shop and TV charge less than I charge for them when I'm at a live event.
Ah.
Now, you might ask yourself why. The viewer might say, how's that possible? Here's how it's possible. Shop and TV, the buyers here, in my opinion, very professional. They're very tenacious. They're good at the job. They buy very large quantities, and they buy them at an advantageous price. And then they do something wonderful. They pass the saving on to the customer.
Yeah, yeah.
I charge for this pillow, and to use a modern phrase, I'm not ripping people off. This is the true value of this pillow. I charge for it £60 and £5 postage. You can buy them here tonight for £40. Now, here's the reason why you should buy them. The average person, the average lady with a husband and a couple of children in her lifetime will buy approximately 40 pillows. You go into the supermarket, you see pillows, 2 for £10. They're in a nice plastic cover. There's always a picture of a beautiful girl sleeping to one side like this. Perfect hair, perfect makeup. She looks really happy, blissful, fast asleep. So you're tempted and you buy a couple of pillows for £10. Now here's something that will shock the viewers. Every year in Britain, 10 million junk, rubbish pillows end up in landfill every single year. Pillows that people have wasted their money on. Now, this pillow is sold with a money-back guarantee. Buy it, try it, sleep on it. If you don't like it, and that's virtually impossible, I say that for a reason. If you don't like it, send it back. We'll refund your money. When we first started selling these pillows in Britain 6 years ago, in the first 13 months, we sold 86,000 pillows. Now, with a money-back guarantee. Now, I always judge the success of any product we sell in television, not on how many we sell, but how many the public return, asking for their money back. Now, the Bedding Association reckon if all pillows were sold with a money-back guarantee, 65% would be returned. These junk pillows, 10 million, end up in refill, 65%. When we started selling these, 86,000 sold in 13 months. We got 19 individual pillows returned out of 86,000. Here's the reason why. Machine washable. Wash them a cold wash, 30 degrees. When you wash them, they cannot and they will not lose shape. The reason being, the silk within the pillow is long fibre. Each strand of silk within the pillow is over 1 mile long. Read the label. We're not trying to hoodwink anyone. We'll tell you exactly what's in the pillow. Cut it open if you want. You'll find in the middle, you have a small pocket of fibre. That's to support your neck and shoulders. All the way around that, you have layer after layer after layer after layer of AAA grade mulberry silk. 3,000 of these little cocoons, at least 3,000 in every pillow. Top cover, Egyptian cotton, 230 thread count. Anything over 180 is considered luxury. Allergy board approved, no dust mites. No dust mites. So anybody with allergies, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical practitioner. I'm making no false claims, but all I'm saying is this. Sleep in a pillow with no dust mites if you have allergies, you're doing yourself a very big favor. And the Allergy Board recommended, so you should buy it if you have allergies. The most wonderful pillow that you'll ever buy. I'm quite sure, well, you can never be certain of anything.
Well, we certainly.
But I'm quite sure you're going to sell out tonight.
Yeah, in fact, actually, say that again. What was the stock update, please, Leslie, on the pillows? So we have less than half the stock left, and these are going in baskets at a rate of knots. Now, I'll be honest, it's a slower audience tonight than we anticipated. However, that's not. There are still so many people watching that we literally don't have enough stock tonight. Look, it's coming back in. There are other containers that are coming in September, but for right now,
September 12th.
September 12th. So you've got a couple of weeks really before.
Well,
there's
3 weeks.
There's
once we clear customs, it takes an extra week.
I think there's one container going through, so we may get a drip of new stock in. So, look, the thing about silk is silkworms are seasonal, and also mulberry silk, the actual mulberry leaves they're fed on, which we'll talk about in a minute, that also is seasonal. So, and the thing is that when either of those resources are not available anymore, Ray's company, or the official Mulberry Silk company, they just stop manufacturing. They don't go, oh, well, we haven't got a lot of silk, we'll cut it up and use a little bit and give you a blend.
Scrap.
No, there are never any scraps. There is never a blend. It's always 100% silk in the duvets. It's always 100% full-length fibres. In fact, actually, we had a question from, where are we? This was Claire. Hi, Claire, how are you? I'm interested in buying a king-size Mulberry Silk duvet, but the question I want to ask is, does the silk move and slide like other silk garments do? No, the silk is inside. So we can show you all the full-length strands at some point. On the outside, you have 100% long-fibre, pure Egyptian cotton.
I'll answer this for Claire. Claire, thank you for your inquiry. You can rest assured the silk cannot and it will not move. Rob is quite right, each strand, unbroken in one piece, is over 1 mile long. So what they do, 2 skilled operators, one either side, they stretch it all the way across the perimeter and they stitch it by hand. Now it takes, believe it or believe it not, it takes 2 skilled operators a day, sometimes longer, maybe a day and a half, to make one duvet. Once they've anchored it around the edge, they can pull it towards themselves and put these box cassettes in. So when you sleep under it, the silk cannot move. And crucially, this is so important, Claire, when you wash it, it cannot bunch up. You don't end up with the silk all lying at the bottom of the duvet and you have to shake it like this every 5 minutes.
Yeah, right.
It's just flat.
Same with the pillows.
Look how flat it's lying in this bed.
I've washed my pillows dozens of times. I wash them once a month.
Same with the pillows. And it's so important to be able to wash a pillow because everybody, old men like me, little babies, newborn, everybody, when they sleep, they dribble, right? People who are bed-bound.
Yeah.
You know, they eat in bed, obviously. They sleep in bed, eat in bed. They have their hair washed in bed. You know, a pillow you can wash is wonderful. But crucially, a pillow that's allergy board approved. Think about that. But apart from all of that, your head doesn't get hot on it. That's the wonderful thing. On a hot, sticky night, it wicks away 30% of its own weight in moisture or sweat. And all I can tell you is this. You know, here's an example of the type of pillows that have been sold to the public. Remember, every single year, this is a disgrace. 10 million junk pillows end up in landfill in Britain every year. To give you an example, not far from here in Manchester, I was in one of the largest retailers in Britain, in the world actually. They have stores in Canada, America, all over the place. They had a mountain of pillows for sale, £6 each. A mountain of them. They were filled with recycled plastic bottles.
Wow.
Now ask yourself this question. A hot night, 3 o'clock in the morning, you're tossing and turning in bed, your head's hot, you're sleeping on a pillow you paid £6 for, the top cover's rubbish, the filling within is plastic. What would you rather have? That type of pillow or a pillow with a money-back guarantee is filled with silk. Really, it's no contest, is it?
No, and the same is true with the duvets. And I want to show you something, because the first thing, there are two things that are true. I always use this as an example, being an avid Doctor Who fan, and hopefully one day to play the Doctor on television. This is a super king size duvet. This is the whole package, the whole thing. When it comes to Doctor Who, the first thing that people always say when they enter the TARDIS is it's bigger on the inside. Except once somebody said it's smaller on the outside, but that was a special thing for a special episode. This, people say, oh, it's very thin. Is it really going to keep me warm? Yes. If you think about it, silk tents, you know, in the Arctic, North Pole, South Pole, you know, I don't know if they stay in tents in those conditions, but you know, all of their clothing
They do stay in
silk.
tents.
They do stay in tents, do they?
And I mentioned to you earlier tonight,
Yeah.
not sure if I did the right thing actually, my cousin who works for the Admiralty, selling arms for Britain. He's dead now, unfortunately. He died 2 years ago. But during the Falklands War, he was on TV every night reporting on behalf of Mrs. Thatcher, 6 o'clock. He became a bit of a cult celebrity. Ian was his name. Ian MacDonald, I'm sure some viewers might.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Ian used to sell arms for Britain. He went into the desert to meet Gaddafi. Gaddafi had 2 massive palaces, Rob, stone built, but he was living in this huge tent, palatial inside, lined with silk, because the silk would keep him cool. But interestingly, in the desert in the winter, in the summer, when the sun goes down, it's freezing cold at night.
Yes, I know.
So the silk reversed.
But also, you know, and obviously that story is all, it's about the silk, you know, and the fact is that, you know, I'm absolutely obsessed with Mount Everest, largely because I just haven't got the guts to ever climb it or the fitness level. But, you know, once you get above a certain height on Everest, it's so cold. I mean, you're literally dying as you walk up the mountain once you get up to a certain height, a certain altitude. And their clothing and their tents and all that sort of stuff is lined with silk.
You're absolutely right.
It is the great insulator. All kinds of thermal, you know, sort of winter wear. It's silk lined. But I just want to, sorry, can I just make one point, Ray? That will fit in a standard 7.5 kilo front-loading washing machine. It will also fit perfectly in one side of a carry-on suitcase if you want to travel with it. Your pillow will fit in the other side, so you can have a little rolly case just for your favourite bedding. So go ahead, Ray, because I want to just make a quick point.
When you were mentioning Mount Everest, it just came back to me. We've been exhibiting at the Royal Welsh Agricultural Show for 60-odd years. And a few years back, quite a few years actually, they had a regiment of Gurkhas doing a presentation in the ring.
Yep.
And they used to walk around the show, and I got talking to, they were really nice people, you know, really great guys. And I got talking to one or two of them, and they were telling me that it was quite an honour to be a Gurkha.
Do you mean a Gurkha or a Sherpa?
No, I'm talking about a Gurkha.
A Gurkha, okay,
right.
Sorry, yeah. I didn't know because we went from
They were
Everest.
telling me when they were, you know, if they didn't become a Gurkha in the regiment there, very often they became Sherpas and they would climb up Everest. Right? And they were telling me when they saw me selling silk, they were telling me they used to wrap themselves in silk.
Yeah.
Before they started climbing up Everest.
Sure.
The Sherpas. Yeah.
Incredible.
Just come back to
incredible.
me that actually.
Some of them just whiz up and down like it's nothing, you know.
I have trouble climbing up the 4 steps in front of my house.
Tell me about it. Ladies and gentlemen, in a nutshell, Mulberry Silk, honestly, it is the finest silk money can buy. We'll talk about mulberry leaves and how the silk is created in a moment, which I know we haven't actually covered yet. But the duvets have a 10-year warranty. Everything you buy tonight, the pillow, the duvet, the pillowcases, the mattress, has an unconditional money-back guarantee. In fact, the mattress has got a 60-day sleep trial. You can sleep on it for 60 days, and then if you decide you don't want it anymore, they'll just take it away. But so you can literally get this pillow, unpack it, put your favourite pillowcase on it, make sure it's cotton, otherwise the silk won't work, and sleep on it for, you know, a couple of weeks, 2, 3, 4 weeks, whatever. And if you're not, at any point, if you're not satisfied, say within the next 30 or first 30 days, then all of the contact info is right here for the the official Mulberry Silk company, in our case Sales, so the official distributor in the United Kingdom, and they will give you your money back, no questions asked. Ray will talk about that more later. 2-year guarantee on the pillow. So, I mean, you don't get guarantees on pillows because you can't return them once you've bought them. You don't get guarantees on duvets because you can't return them once you've bought them. But also, here are a few things. If you've got a newborn baby, you can always get a single duvet and fold it, and then you could literally, they could sleep on top of it. Obviously, make sure it's safe and they're not going to bunch up and get caught in anything like that. But the fact is that it'll help them stay cool at night. And also, if it's hot, it'll help them stay cool. And if it's cold, it'll help them stay warm. Kids, if you give your kids a fighting chance. So often we neglect our kids in the sense that we give them with it while they're resilient. We buy them cheap bedding, cheap mattress, cheap duvet, whatever. They'll be fine. And then they're like, Mom, Dad, I can't sleep. It's like, go to sleep, but I'm hot. Go to sleep, but I'm cold. Go to sleep. Especially when they're at the sort of the age of doing exams and things like that. Give them something that's going to help them get a better night's sleep and stay focused. I'll tell you something, that single duvet that Ray lent me and I eventually bought during lockdown, during the dead of winter, and it was -7 outside, that kept me warm, I still have that to this day, 5 years later. And you know what? That silly duvet that I paid, 120, 130 quid for, has saved me in 5 years probably something like £2,000, because when it's cold, I don't put the heating on. My son and I, we sit in front of our telly. We've got a nice reclining sofa, 3-seater sofa, lazy boy thing. So both sides go up and down like that. And he's sitting over there. If you don't believe him, you can ask him. I'll bring him on, and he's literally sitting right there. My son Dave is also the floor manager, and we lay longwise the single duvet over us, don't we? And it keeps us warm. We don't put the heating on. And we've got we don't have gas, so our heating is another electricity supplier, and then it's an electricity bill. And it costs a fortune. You turn that thing on, I might as well just take money and throw it out the window. So I put it on as little as I possibly can. And we've gone through entire winters over the last 5 years, never using the central heating, because we sleep under Mulberry Silk at night. And by day, we sit under the Mulberry. I see him do it. He sits and plays on his PlayStation, plays Doom or whatever, and he's got the Mulberry Silk duvet over him, keeping him warm, and also helping to keep you cool in the summer too. Before we go back to Ray, I just want to say something that I believe is very important here. We'll say that again. Oh, only a quarter of the stock of the pillow left. They're literally this close to going. I want you to understand that this is not about pillows. This is not about duvets or bedding of any kind, really. It's about you. It's about the quality of your life. If you spend about 1/3 of your life in bed, which we do, it's 8 hours a day they recommend, that's 1/3 of the day. And whatever, if you live to the average age, it's about 26 years of your life you spend in bed. And we do so much to make ourselves comfortable and happy and so on and so forth when we're awake. I've spent fortunes on TVs and surround sound systems. I buy probably $200 worth of movies every month because I buy them from the States. I've got all the gadgets in the kitchen because I love my kitchen gadgets, computer games. But Dave's got a PlayStation 5. I've got a PlayStation 5 Pro. I've spent thousands of pounds on games because I game, so all of this stuff, and I'm not saying this to impress you, but to impress upon you, we all spend all this money on things for when we're awake, and yet we'll go and sleep on a rubbishy old mattress with springs that are sticking in our bum and that have got, are all out of shape and they're rickety, and we'll spend thousands of pounds on a mattress that is no good. And we'll put a rubbish duvet that's, 30 quid from down the local shop, and a rubbishy pillow or a pack of pillows that you bought for 20 quid from the local shop. And then we wonder why we don't get a good night. Oh, the pillow's now limited stock. It's about to sell out. If you don't check out now, you've missed it for a couple of weeks.
3 weeks.
Actually, we've got more people trying to order it than we actually have stock.
3 weeks.
3 weeks before you see the pillows again. Unless that other container comes through. I don't know. We'll see. But the point I'm trying to make, I'm not to I disagree with you, but I'm just saying, I don't know. Never say never, right?
Don't argue with the boy from Glasgow.
Well, no, I don't. I never. So the pillow's about to sell out. Honestly, I tell you this, it's the last thing I'm going to say because I know I'm going on here. I promise you, hand on my heart, swear to everyone that's near and dear to me, this bedding has changed my life. I have been in the transactional television business, adjacent to it anyway, for the best part of 30. In fact, my first appearance was in 1994 on the original shopping channel. So what was that, 31 years ago?
Yeah.
I have seen every pillow that you can imagine. We are sent pillows every day of the week, duvets every day of the week, mattresses every day of the week. And as presenters, maybe not the mattresses, but certainly the duvets and pillows, we try them, we assess them. I've never, ever come across a duvet and a pillow as good as these. They literally change the way I sleep. I sleep better. I couldn't do this job if I didn't have Mulberry Silk. I'd have expired by now, I'm sure, because I get a proper night's sleep, fully recuperative, restorative night's sleep. That's what you get with this. I promise you. I absolutely swear to you. Paul, our director, had never ever slept under Mulberry Silk. He directed many shows. And then when all of the crew, we got basically the company, Shop on TV, kindly Ray actually, provided all of the crew with Mulberry Silk pillows. And
sold it to them, didn't
well, sold, yes.
You know, yeah.
Still provided.
Well, listen, Rob.
We just paid for it, you know.
My father was a bookmaker from Aberdeen. We don't give anything away.
Give everything away, I know. Limited stock on the single duvet now. And Paul, what exactly were your words, Paul? He just never experienced anything. He was surprised at the weight of it. So he was really surprised by, I guess everyone is, about how thin it feels, how comforting it is, and how well he slept. And everyone who sleeps with Mulberry Silk goes, I can't believe it's such a stupid, simple thing, but they can't believe it's true. It is, I promise you. But you've got absolutely everything to gain, because if you're not happy, you get your money back. So try it. Prove me wrong if you wish.
I'll ask you a question, Rob.
Please do.
How many of our mattresses do you own?
Oh, gosh. So 1, 2, 3.
3, okay. Yes. Now, we are not the only company to sell mattresses at this Shop on TV, are we?
At the moment, maybe now you are, because I think we got rid of all.
And the previous TV companies that
there were loads.
You and I both worked on.
Yeah. We've only got.
When I arrived here tonight, what did you order from me?
King size duvet. King size mattress.
Doesn't that tell the customer everything? You've got 3.
Yeah.
You've got access to all different mattresses.
Yeah.
Extra one of these.
Absolutely.
Because let me tell you, when Shop on TV first started, which was roughly, 20 months ago?
Yes, it was December 1st or November 1st.
The very first show I did, the man who owns the channel bought 2 mattresses, I think it was 4 pillows, 2 pillowcases, because other presenters had told them how good they are.
Well, I got 2 more pillows tonight as well, didn't I?
Yeah.
So let me work this out. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 pillows. Personally, so I've got 2 on my bed, 2 on David's bed, 2 on my bed at the crew house, 2 on David's bed at the crew house. So I've got the single duvet, the original one. I've got a Super King duvet on my bed. David's got a king size duvet. I've got a king size duvet in the crew house. He's got a king size duvet in the crew house. So what's that, 8 duvets?
Yeah.
Something like that, 6, 8 duvets.
And actual fact, Rob, if we sell out tonight and it looks as though you'll have more than I've got in the warehouse.
I know. You've got to check out if the single duvet about to go. And look, if you've got elderly relatives who can't afford their heating bills as it starts to get colder, get them a single duvet. Honestly, it just will be. And actually, if you've got elderly relatives, get them a Mulberry Silk duvet and a Mulberry Silk pillow. Honestly, you've got to check out that we're now running out of stock. We've still got an hour to go. I told you we'd probably sell out we're getting close to selling out of everything.
It's funny, talking about elderly relatives. I'm quite elderly. And my generation, very often, they deny themselves that little bit of extra luxury. They think, I'll just make do. Well, as far as sleep's concerned, don't make do. Invest in a little bit of comfort for yourself. You've worked hard all your life. Get a decent duvet. It's not asking an awful lot out of life.
Do you know, Ray, I think that's lovely, but I'm going to go a stage further. I think it's about your health and your mental health.
It's true, it is.
Now, this is my personal opinion, but if you sleep better, I think you're a healthier person. And certainly, if you're sleeping badly, you can be irritable, you can have arguments with people, you can't function as well as at work. If you work, so I think I think sleep is essential. Look, you can't live without sleep. It's absolutely necessary. I think the record was about 11 or 12 days before this person stayed awake, and then they didn't last after that. So look, it's essential. And I know this is a big claim, but I have no statistics to back this up, but I would put money on, I would wager that if you have never slept on mulberry silk or silk duvets and pillows of this quality, if you're sleeping under either synthetic fibre duvets or any kind of feather product duvets, feather-filled duvets, I'm sorry, but you have never had as good a night's sleep as you can, and I am confident will, under mulberry silk. It's just, for me, that's a fact. And that's why I'm not saying it's not like I'm trying to get these out the door. I always tell you, I'm always transparent here. I don't make any commission at all. I don't make any extra money. If 1 million people bought these tonight, I still walk home with my standard day rate, which is much lower than it was when I first started out in this career, by the way. So, I mean, and I'm not bitter about that. I've got a lovely job, thank you very much. Roof over the head, food on the table, not doing too badly. Finally getting a car. But honestly, I'm not exaggerating. This is not hyperbole. Your life will be better when you own a Mulberry Silk Duvet and Pillow, I believe, because you're going to sleep better. And you don't know what you don't know. And I know I always say it, I know it sounds condescending, and I apologise, I don't mean to, but I genuinely mean this. If you're not sleeping under this, you've never had as good a night's sleep as I believe you can. Alan says, hi Rob and Ray again, just ordered another pillow and pillowcase. There you go.
Thank you, Alan.
Can't wait for your duvet covers to arrive, as I'll definitely buy. Thank you both so much for all you're doing. You're very welcome, Alan, thank you. And then also Lord Croz. I wonder, are you a real Lord, Mr. Croz? I've bought cheap pillows in the past and they go flat. Exactly. Do these silk ones go flat? Absolutely no. No. That's the whole point. Here is a hollow fibre pillow. We're down to low double digits on the pillows. Right? That is your standard, 10 quid pillow. Or I can touch my fingers between it. I'd need, 3 or 4 pillows on there to get any kind of look. But even if you double it up, I can still, look. They're rubbish, aren't they? You've got a story about these, haven't you?
It's not a story, it's a fact.
It's a fact, yeah.
10 million of those every year end up in landfill.
But also, here's the Mulberry Silk.
Rob, if they're £6 each, that's 60 million pounds a year wasted, end up in landfill. You might as well tear the money up and flush it down the toilet. You
might as well. Too late. I was going to show you the Mulberry Silk one, but the Mulberry Silk ones do not ever flatten because dust mites do not like living in. In 3 years, up as much as twice. Sorry, let me start that again. In 3 years, as much as half the weight of your pillow and duvet is dust mites, their droppings and the carcasses of their former dead relatives, believe it or not. Also, because they are hot and they get moist with your sweat, regular hollow fibre and feather filled pillows and duvets are breeding grounds for bacteria. So you've got all kinds of horrible nasties that live, and you can't wash a regular pillow. I say regular, a hollow fibre filled or a feather filled, but you can't wash them. You can't wash the duvet. Some duvets maybe can be dry clean, but you can pay as much to dry clean a duvet as it costs to buy the flipping duvet.
In my local supermarket,
single figures. Check out now. How much?
£33 to dry clean a duvet.
So hopefully that answers your question. Right, the pillows are essentially gone. If you haven't checked out now, they're gone. We've got in the duvet, we've got approaching a quarter of the entire stock left of across all sizes of the duvets. Single's about to sell out. They're not sold out just yet. The single is about to sell out in the duvet. Sorry, this is the mattress rather. Also, I think that the king size is the busiest in the duvets. It's all about to sell out. But look, if you've got a single bed, get a double duvet. You get the hotel drape. If you've got a king size bed, get a super king. You've got the hotel drape. Yeah. So, right, I'm really sorry. We're going to spend a little bit of time on this, but we've only got a super king left. I don't know how many. I've got super king beds.
The reason why that is,
yeah.
In these mattresses, there's an awful lot of silk.
Yeah.
Now, AAA grade Mulberry silk, there's lots of silk you can buy,
yeah.
But AAA grade Mulberry silk, we have a limited supply. The reason being, we feed the worm and mulberry leaves. Now, there's 3 different colors of mulberry leaves, red, black, and white. If you feed the worm and red and black, you get really good quality mulberry silk.
Yes.
If you feed the worm and the white mulberry leaf, all of a sudden you take a jump up.
Yes.
You get the highest grade silk you can possibly get, considered by the silk industry to be the king of silks.
Yes.
Now
the pillow top's got.
Yes. Now the problem is, Rob, the tree that provides the white mulberry leaf only grows in any commercial quantity in central and eastern China. And we constantly run out of AAA grade mulberry silk. Now, when we do, we stop manufacturing. We sit in our hands. We don't add man-made fibers. We don't sell a silk mix. Everything we sell is AAA grade mulberry silk, made by the official Mulberry Silk manufacturing company, whether it's a mattress, a pillow, a duvet, or a pillow slip.
So, and we're actually looking at I keep saying duvet, mattress now. We've only got the king size left, and we haven't got many of them, have we?
No.
So look, we're not going to waste a lot of time on them, because I know not everybody is going to have a super king bed. But if you do want to upgrade, now's the time. Look, they're normally $799. This is $469. Now, I've got a super king size mattress, but I have a confession. People who watch regularly know this. It's still in the box in my living room, because I bought new bed frames, which I was going to have delivered to London, and because we've moved our operations up north, we're now about to move up north. So there was no point me getting the mattress out and having new beds delivered to somewhere for a month or two, and then move. So, long story short, the king size mattress that I have ordered is for David's bed, because he's my son's bed, because he's getting another new bed frame as well when we're all moving up north. But in the crew house, I have my double cocoon on my crew house bed. And crikey, for the first 3 weeks, we had these really cheap mattresses, broke my back near enough. My hip took 3 weeks, because I'd sit on them and my bum would just compress the springs and I'd hit the bedboard. Oh, it was awful. I was in knots. I really was. And as soon as, thank God, when I got my cocoon mattress, because it just changed my life. So Ray, tell us about this.
Well, we were asked to make...
Ray, take it away.
We were quite happy soldiering along, making pillowcases, pillows, and duvets, and all of a sudden, a buyer from a very large TV company came along. She said, you know, the public love your stuff. Why don't you make a mattress to the same high standards as your duvet? Now, Rob, we were in a very privileged position. We exhibited roughly 70 exhibitions, retail exhibitions, every year. As I mentioned earlier, tomorrow we're at Chatsworth House at a horse show. Last week we were at Henley and Thames, Royal Cornwall, all the different shows, Royal Highland, everywhere. We're all over the country. So we speak to the public, and they tell us their likes and their dislikes. Now, it turned out there's really only 2 types of mattresses, memory foam or sprung mattresses, mattresses filled with springs. Now, it turned out that an awful lot of people, well, some people actually like memory foam, but an awful lot of people don't. The reason being they overheat on memory foam, and it tends to lose shape very, very quickly. You end up sleeping in a recess or a hollow. Now, we decided, after having spoken to the public for about 18 months, right, we decided to make a mattress filled with springs.
Yes.
Now, the old-fashioned mattress with springs, the diameter of the springs was very large. Each spring was joined to the one next door.
Serpentine spring.
And you had a serpentine rail going around the edge, holding it all together.
Most mattresses are still made that way, even
Yes,
the
they
really
do.
expensive ones.
Yeah.
Sorry, Karen.
I know they do, Rob.
Yeah.
So why, I don't know.
I have no idea.
So this is a cut-down version of what's inside this mattress, right? Now, from memory, in a double mattress...
Sorry, Ray. I've just been interrupted by my producer. I've now had to interrupt you. I apologise. The pillow has sold out. Now I can't sit with my crutch. Nice and warm. It's my crutch on my crutch. Sorry, please.
That's all right.
Congratulations
That's okay.
if you got it. Oh, you're in for a treat.
Right.
Duvets are about to go the same way.
From memory, there's 880 of these smaller springs in a double mattress. Each one stands individually. It's not joined to the one next door. Each one has an individual covering. Now, because there's many of them and because they stand individually, the only springs that move when you're lying on top of them are the springs where the weight is directly above them.
Yes, yes.
So if I give you an example, this spring here, you see how loose it is?
Yeah.
If I push that down flat, the spring either side doesn't move. So if you're sharing a bed with a partner, if I turn over, somebody has got bad eyesight, Rob.
If I share a bed with someone, it's because they accidentally wandered into my house by mistake.
Oh, well, Rob, never give up hope.
Never
Right.
give up.
Now, you know what they say, for every hippopotamus, there's another hippopotamus. So if you sleep in a bed with a partner, when you turn over, the partner doesn't roll into you. That's the advantage of a pocket-sprung mattress. Now, we sell these mattresses with a no-nonsense 60-day trial period.
Yes.
You can buy it, take it home, sleep, get it delivered. It comes in a large box, rolled up.
Vacuum pack.
Take it out the box, throw the packaging away. You don't keep it.
Yes.
Right? Put it away. Now, you can sleep in this mattress for 60 days, right? After 60 days, if you're not delighted with it, don't keep it. Simply phone us up.
Yep. Number included in the package.
Number included, right? Phone us up. We will send you a special cover, put it in the cover, and we send a vehicle to collect it, and we refund your money. Now, all I can tell you is this. I've sold an awful lot of these mattresses in the last 4.5, 5 years. I can't remember having one returned. And here's the other thing. I can't remember. Personally, I can't remember. Now, the final thing I'll mention about this mattress, packed with silk, look, and this is only a personal thing. When I was a very young man, 23, 24 years old, I had a slip disc cut out my back, right? And I've had a very troublesome back ever since, right? So for the last 9 years, I've had a troublesome back. Since I've started sleeping in this mattress, I'm not going to say something ridiculous that the pain has gone away. It hasn't, but it's been reduced dramatically. Now, I'm not saying this will happen to you, but there's every chance it could if you have a bad back. So buy one and try it. You have 60 days to try it. And if you don't like it, refund.
But also because you don't have pressure points with springs sticking in. I mean, my mattresses
and no dust mites.
And no dust mites. And by the way, this is the pillow top version. This is the premium top of the range luxury one that they make. The price you're paying is actually for their entry-level non-pillow top version. So in this pillow top here, you think about how much silk there is in a Mulberry Silk Duvet. Look at how thick this is. That is all silk. That is literally a pillow top of silk. But then there's also a layer of silk underneath. So you've got this incredible mattress. Again, if you put a mattress protector on this, make sure it's only 100% cotton, nothing else, because you don't want to block the properties of the silk. So now you've got mulberry silk under you, mulberry silk on top of you, and your head on.
You're cocooned in silk.
You're cocooned in silk. We've only got the Super King size at the moment. Sorry, did I say Super King? I apologize.
You've only got King.
I thought it was the Super King we had available. I've got Super King stuck in my head. It's the king size. No, that's good, because a lot of people do have king size beds.
Yeah.
So, all right, it is worth spending time on this then. Get it as quickly as you can. Get the to a website. Even if you've already just spent money on a mattress, look, sometimes you just have to accept when you made a bad mistake. I ordered 2 mattresses, one for me, one for my son. I had a 48-hour return period. They broke my back for 7 years.
It happened to me about, must be 10, 11 years ago. My wife decided we needed a new mattress.
Yeah.
So she took me to the mattress shop. And I didn't want to go, but I had to go because she's the boss. So they laid me out on a bed. I lay on it for about maybe 3-4 minutes. Felt okay. Yeah. Memory foam. Yeah. That was fashionable at the time.
Yeah.
Felt okay. Got it delivered, paid 900 odd pounds for it, and 70 pounds delivery. I think you're only charging £10 for this.
£9.95 to have a whole mattress delivered, and that includes to have it taken away if you don't want it.
Yes, that's amazing. Right. Anyway, £70 to have it delivered. Slept on it for about maybe 3, maybe 4 months. All of a sudden, started to lose shape. Both my wife and I agreed we were getting too hot on it. So
second one's gone now.
What we actually did, we got rid of it and bought a sprung.
I'm so glad that, as I say, I love your mattresses so much that I've got one that's been standing up in my living room out in a corner for since I bought it a few months ago. Now I've got the king size one coming. That's going to be standing next to it purely because I'm waiting to move house so that I can actually sleep.
Yeah.
Poor David has third one's gone now. Has never ever experienced sleeping on a cocoon mattress. These have a 10-year guarantee and a 60-night sleep trial. And by the way, can I just say, you can treat the mattress as your own for 60 days because it's not going to get cleaned and resold. No, if you send it back, it gets junked. So you can do everything in your mattress that you would do in your mattress. You can do the hokey cokey.
Rob, the Bedding Association advise you to replace your mattress every 4 years because of the pollution within the mattress.
The dust mites, yeah.
Right. The dust mites.
And the bacteria and all the sweat and all that.
People don't, of course. They sleep on them year in, year out.
Yeah.
And they become unhygienic.
Yeah.
Now, these are packed with mulberry silk. Silk, dust mites don't like silk. So you sleep in this, you're going to have the perfect night's sleep. Any lady going through the menopause, please buy yourself one.
Yeah.
It'll wick away 30% of its own weight in moisture or sweat. So the hot sweats, which unfortunately you get when you're going through the menopause, you'll find it helps tremendously.
Yes.
If you share a bed with a partner who overheats and sweats, it's not pleasant.
No.
Well, this will stop that happening.
Well, and also the thing about silk is that if let's say you're sleeping with a partner and you run really hot and they run really cold, silk gives you a bespoke night's sleep.
Self-regulates.
So you'll be the right temperature for you. And that's both of you, right? And now you're sleeping on silk as well, so you get all the benefits of silk. If you sweat into the mattress, it dissipates. Up to 30% of its weight in moisture is wicked away. So again, you're nice and dry. That's not promoting bacteria. You're not getting dust mites setting up camp in there because they don't like to live in silk. So after a few years, there is that issue of half your mattress weight being dust mites and dust mite poo and dead dust mites. You don't have that with this. This is how they can guarantee it for 10 years. And it doesn't stop working after 10 years. It keeps on going. This also could be something you can have with
you. The dust mites, as you often point out to people, and you're quite right to point it out, I've heard you saying it many times, the dust mites are relatively harmless.
Yeah.
They have a little nibble at you as you sleep, right? But they're relatively harmless.
Yeah.
It's their poo, what passes through their body
That's the allergy.
before they die.
Yeah, yeah.
The New York Times, a few years back, did an in-depth investigation into duvets, and they reckon the average duvet doubles in weight in 3 years with dead dust mites. The average duvet with dead dust mites.
I've got some. We're going to go. Are we going back to the duvet? We're going to go back to the duvet. Look, I can't. I can only. Oh, by the way, this is a medium firm support.
Oh,
mattress.
we should have mentioned that.
It's great if you like to sit up in bed. So, like, in the crew house, we don't have a sofa. We have to sit in bed and watch telly. So I have 2 Mulberry Silk pillows, one in my lumbar region and one behind my back, sitting up on my cocoon mattress. Sheer luxury. Also, because you've got pocket springs right the way out to the sides, they are supported on the corners, out or the edges, and also, again, standard size bedding, but make sure it is cotton.
You're quite right to mention that. I forgot to mention that. Most people, I certainly one, I'm sure you are, when they sit up in bed in the morning to get dressed, they sit on the edge of the bed, and if the springs don't go right to the edge, you tend to slip forward.
Yeah.
Won't happen in this.
No, it will not. So only the king size available. And do you know what? When those king size sell, I don't know how many we've got, Leslie. I won't say. Oh, okay. We don't have a lot left. So when they sell out. I don't even know if we're going to be able to get this mattress back again.
I don't think so, to be honest.
So this could be your last chance ever to get this mattress. I don't think we're going to restock the other sizes because of basically supply and the, what's going on in the silk business.
Yeah.
So look.
There's only so much silk, and we have to direct a lot of it towards the
duvets, yeah.
There's lots of silk available throughout the world, but not AAA grade Mulberry.
Right.
That's a problem.
So we're going to go back to the duvet in a moment, but if you go to the website, click live on air, there's the web box. If you've got any messages, any questions, then of course ask away, and they'll put them on my little iPad. The pillows sold out. There's not a lot left of the pillow cases actually. If you want to get the pillow cases, those are in say that again, Leslie. They are very low in demand too. Very popular tonight. And in terms of the duvet, we are now limited stock across the board. So that means we have less than 10% stock remaining, and that's across all the sizes. So I'm telling you, in the last 40 minutes of the show, it's been a quieter night tonight. I think the sports, sometimes sports is not always our kind.
Don't mention sports.
Don't mention the sports.
The city I live in, Glasgow, is in mourning tonight.
Oh.
Both Celtic and Rangers were knocked out of the European Cup.
No!
It's a city in mourning.
Oh. Glasgow.
Unfortunately.
My commiseration. I love Glasgow. I love Scotland. But anyway, by the way, now, so we're going, everything you buy, now the mattress is different because it's got its own 60-day sleep trial. But whether you buy it, well, you can't buy a pillow. It's just duvets from now on. Duvet or pillowcase. Remember, RK Sales, which is the official distributor of Mulberry Silk products in this company and country, actually. Exclusively either through their website or through us. But our prices, are actually better than theirs because they give us an amazing deal and give you an amazing deal. There is an unconditional money-back guarantee. If you're ever dissatisfied, or if you are dissatisfied, you will get your money back. But actually, Stephen asked a very good question because I never mentioned. I always say approximately 30 days, but this is really down to you. It's your company. What is this? Is there a cut-off point on the money-back guarantee? What would you say to that?
The gentleman's called Stephen.
Stephen, yeah.
Stephen, the answer is quite simple. We've been in business for 67 years. We're a family-run company. I am basically retired. I just do some television work these days. My son runs a company now. And I promise you one thing. If you phone us up with a complaint, our standard operation is to say, look, we're not going to argue. Here's your money back, or here's a new product. If you're a year, 2 years out of the guarantee, no big deal. Just phone us up. And unless you're an absolute bad boy and are telling ridiculous stories, I can assure you we'll look after you in a fashion that will make you very happy.
A customer of Mulberry Silk
Thank you, Steve.
Is a customer for life, not just for this evening.
No, we try to make... That's why we've been in business for 67 years.
Yeah.
Rob, one thing that should put the viewers' mind at ease, as far as I can see. We go back to the same exhibitions every year on exactly the same location, so people know exactly where to find us. And we've been there for 67 years. So people know exactly where to find us.
Yep.
Now, if we were telling ridiculous stories, we wouldn't be in business. If people were sending back mountains of this stuff,
Yeah.
we have to destroy it. When we get something back, we have to burn it, destroy it. We can't give it away to charity. The Salvation Army won't take it to give to homeless people because of health and hygiene. What they say is this has been slept on, you have to destroy it. Or they say take it to the cat and dog home and they'll make dog beds out of it. So it's in our interests when we sell something with a money-back guarantee to sell something of a quality that the customer, once they've bought it, does not send it back. And that's the situation with Mulberry Silk. People simply don't send it back. They love it.
And it's one of those things that even if you thought, oh, I'll chance it, I'll get it and I'll sleep on it for a bit and then I'll get my money back. It's one of those products that once you've slept on it for a few days even
Fall
a day,
in love with it.
You go, actually, I don't really want my money back. Which one? King is about to sell out. If you don't check out now, we are oversubscribed on the king size duvet. Remember, if you've got a double bed, this is a double bed, this is a king size duvet. You get this wonderful hotel drape, as they call it. Or if you've got a king size bed, I mean, the normal drape is still about half of that. So there's plenty of drape, but if you buy a king for a king bed, but if you don't check out now on the king, you've missed it.
Do you know, Rob, I have a king-size bed at home,
Yeah.
and I have a super king duvet on it.
Yeah.
Because if you share a bed with a partner, if they're what we call a duvet hugger, when they turn over, very often they grip the duvet and take it with them.
Yeah.
And that little bit of extra drape gives you extra comfort.
So Shane says, what is the best duvet cover to get the best benefits of the Mulberry Silk from? Shane, I always remind people of this. Look, as I've got so much Mulberry Silk bedding, the answer is it has to be a natural fibre. And really, you don't have a lot of options when it comes to that. They've got a cotton cover on the duvets already, as in the actual sort of outer cover. We only really recommend cotton. But I would say get Egyptian cotton. You can go to Amazon, Dunelm, places like that. You can get regular, what do you call it? Sorry, brain's gone. Egyptian cotton. You can get the full, what's it called? Full length, long fibre.
Long fibre.
Honestly, my brain just
told you,
seized
Rob,
up.
you'll have to start taking your medicine.
I need a cup of coffee or something, I think. So you can get long fibre, Egyptian cotton, 300 thread count, duvet cover with a couple of pillowcases or a single, if it's a single duvet cover, about 25 quid, 30 quid maybe. And a fitted sheet for your mattress, about 15 quid. But I'm not going to tell you that anymore because we're going to start bringing in our own Egyptian cotton, 320 thread count very soon in the same colours as the pillowcases. But for now, we don't have them. So just make sure it has to be cotton.
Yes, Shane, you don't have to use a top cover, but you can if you want. But the top cover in this duvet is of such high quality that very often people put it in the bed without a top cover. It's your own personal choice. It's up to yourself. But we are starting to bring our own top covers with us. We hope to have that shortly.
Yes. Here's some quick little Q&A. I can answer that. How much is the double duvet? Double duvet, please, is £179, I think. Is that right? Yes, £179. There you go, Philip. Emma. One might say, that old chestnut. No, this is a good question. Everybody asks it, and you would be forgiven for thinking that silk has a TOG rating. So Emma says, may I ask, what is the TOG rating of silk bedding, as I can only use nothing more than a 4.5 TOG due to overheating? Oh, Emma, that's why you're buying this. No TOG rating.
Well,
and you can't overheat.
Emma, I mentioned this earlier in the programme. I'll mention it again quickly. I don't want to bore viewers. When I go to a live exhibition, 10% of all the people I speak to are perfectly happy with the duvet they have in the bed. They don't want one of my duvets. The other 90%, every single one of them, same as yourself, Emma, they have one problem, big problem. They get too hot in bed, not too cold, too hot. Now, silk stops that happening. Silk is a low conductor of heat. It keeps you warm in the winter and cool in the summer. And people say to me, how is that possible? The honest answer is only one person knows, Mother Nature. She's had the secret under lock and key for 5,000 years. But it's a fact of life. If you go to any hot country, let's say India, I've never seen any Indian woman wearing a woolen sari. No. They all wear silk.
Silk. Yeah.
Because it will keep you cool. It'll wick away 30% of its own weight in moisture or sweat. Now, I would advise you, it's up to yourself, of course, but I would advise you, buy one of the duvets, try it. If you don't like it, I promise you, one telephone call to our office, you won't end up speaking to an answering machine. A live person will answer the telephone, say, look, I've tried this, I don't like it, I'd like my money back, and we'll refund your money instantly, yes. Not one word of an argument. But I know from years of selling them, they will keep you cool, and they'll wick away moisture, and it will be a joy to sleep under, especially if you tend to overheat in bed.
Well, so Emma, the other thing, I mean, I speak from personal experience here. You know, every day I wake up with my Mulberry Silk Duvet, no matter what the weather outside or what the temperature in the room is, it's always completely wrapped around me. It's never off. And the thing is that the reason you're sleeping with no more than a 4.5 tog is because I guarantee, I bet, I mean, it has to be, it's either synthetic fibre, so like a hollow fibre, or it's some sort of feather, right, that's in your duvet. That, they trap heat. They literally, as your body gives off heat, it's trapped. Now, the 4.5 tog, it means that they're just very thin. There's not as much filling inside. So they don't get as hot, but they will still trap heat, and eventually you'll get too hot and you have to take the duvet off. With silk, you'll get to your optimum, your ideal temperature, and then the rest of the heat is dissipated. You never, ever, ever, in my experience anyway, overheat. So in actual fact, usually in silk bedding, there is no tog rating. Some of the department stores have started doing it now because everybody asks, what's the tog rating? But really, theoretically, the answer is the tog rating is the perfect tog rating for you.
If ever, you're right. That sums it up beautifully.
Thank you.
If ever you see a company saying tog rating with silk, it's an estimated tog. They're basically guessing.
And it can mean that it's also a silk mix.
Yes.
It's got some silk in it and the rest is...
As I said earlier, what they do is usually you sometimes see a silk duvet advertised as silk, and if you read the label, it's 30% silk, 70% man-made fibres. Yeah. They get cotton polyester, polish it so it looks like silk, add a small amount of silk to a large amount of man-made fibres so they get a higher profit. Not the case here.
We'll talk more about that in a moment. I know you've got a great story about it. Let me just cover these last two questions, if I may, please, Ray. So, by the way, yes, Rob, I am a lord. Single mulberry duvet on the settee for when I'm chilling out. Can't fault it. Honestly, it's brilliant if you're a gamer. Just before we go, just one last one, Ray. Dear Rob, this is from Mrs. Lucas. Hello, Mrs. Lucas. Dear Rob, I've had my Mulberry Silk Duvet and Pillow for approximately 4 months. It is the best thing I have ever bought. I'd love another one, but being a widow, I have to save my pennies. From Mrs. Lucas. Look, I can't normally say this on television. I can never use the word best. You can never use superlatives, because how do you prove it?
Yeah.
In my experience, and in my genuine opinion and estimation, and as I say, look, I'm an advocate because I'm a customer. I'm you. I am mulberry silked up everywhere, and so are all my friends and family. I made sure of it, and it's changed our lives. It's as simple as that. So I just want you to know that if you can afford it, you've got to get yourself some Mulberry Silk, because it is, and this is the bit I can't normally say, the absolute best bedding money can buy. Again, it's my opinion, it's my experience. Some people might disagree. I've never had anyone disagree. I've asked you if you do disagree, send me a message, I'll read it out. I will. Mark my words. And if it is the best thing you've ever bought, then let me know, tell me. And people do. Every show we read out, literally, email after email after email of everyone who said, Rob's right, actually.
You know, Rob,
and I've tried it all. You haven't. I've done it for you. Get this. You're not kidding yourself. You're cheating yourself, I believe.
Maybe there may be viewers watching who are a little bit undecided. They think, should I not buy one? Right? Maybe this will help you make your mind up. And this is a fact. We exhibit at every major caravan show in Britain, and we have done for 67 years. For 37 of those years, selling silk duvets. Now, in the summer months, these caravan shows are usually held Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So people arrive on the exhibition ground, say on a Friday afternoon. They put their awning up, get their tables and chairs out, get themselves organised, and then they start to walk around the trade stands to see what they would like to buy or perhaps not to buy for their motorhome or their caravan. Now, sometimes I get people who come up to our stand, maybe a husband and wife, and they say, you know, I'm a little bit undecided. So what I say is this. I say, look, buy it, pay for it, try it, take it tonight, sleep under it in your motorhome or caravan on the showground. If you don't like it after one night, come back tomorrow morning, tuck it under your arm, walk back to our stand, take your less than 60 seconds, and I'll refund your money. Now, given that choice, an awful lot of people buy one. They've got nothing to lose. They buy one. The next morning, 30 to 40% of all the people who bought one the previous day come back to buy a second duvet, one for the house. They've slept under this for one night. They liked it so much. The duvet they've slept under for 20 years is all of a sudden placed in the back bedroom or in the loft. So if you're a little bit undecided, remember you've got a money-back guarantee. Just try it. That's all we're asking. We're asking you to trust us. We'll refund your money if you don't like it.
And they really do. I mean, this is the thing. The way commerce works, you know, whatever price you see in a shop, the cost to make that product is at least a quarter. It's often more because the manufacturer will sometimes sell to an agent, and the agent sells to a distributor. Then the distributor sells to a wholesaler. Then the wholesaler sells to the retailer. Everyone adds on their profit. Then maybe they've got TV ads, maybe they've got print ads, maybe they've got billboard ads, maybe they've got some sort of celebrity endorsement. They're paying for all of that. Oh no, they're not. Sorry, they're not paying for that. You are. When it comes to Shop on TV, every product we ever show you is Shop on TV, manufacturer or supplier of that, you know, of that manufacturer, and that's it. So there are no middle, as we used to say, middlemen, and that's why you get such incredibly good prices.
Even Rob, you're quite right to point that out. Normally, I won't repeat it because I don't want to bore the public. You're quite right with what you've said, but even when it comes to sending it to the customer, if we were selling it to a shopkeeper who was selling it to a customer, we would have to pay to send it to the shopkeeper, and he would then have to pay to send it to the customer.
Yeah.
Shop and TV don't send these out. We do.
Yeah.
So we can cut the price even further.
Yeah.
We don't have to send them to you, and then you send them to the customer.
And also, well, yeah.
We're trimming all the time.
The other thing also, Ray, and a lot of people ask me, it's a question I get asked fairly frequently, why do you charge postage and packing on top when so many... There are other places, you know, that do it for free. Well, first of all, our P&P is capped. So the first $4.95 is capped. So if you buy all products that show $4.95 P&P, you only pay that once per order. That's number one. So we actually do give you a huge discount on shipping. Other places that charge P&P. You pay it for every single product you order, in some cases. But the reason is, when somebody gives you free shipping, I'm sorry, they're not. It's just built into the price of the product. It's just, look, it's smoke and mirrors, folks. It's market. I am a marketing expert. I have been in marketing my whole life. And it is nonsense.
There's no such thing as a free lunch.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we are
They cost it in, Rob.
They cost it in. Same with everything.
But when you charge £5 for sending a duvet, or a £9 and £10 for a mattress, I sent a book to a friend of mine. It's just a book. I enjoyed reading it, and I was discussing it with him. He said, I'd like that, so I sent it to him. Cost me £12 the post office to send a book.
I know.
So when you send a duvet for £10, and if the customer doesn't like it, when you go and collect it and take it back and don't charge any extra, I mean, we're not robbing the people on postage.
It is craziness. And by the way, you can spread the cost also with PayPal Pay in 3, interest-free payments. The P&P is added onto the instalments essentially. And gosh, I hope you check out. We are so limited now. We are running out of stock. Some people are now going to miss out if you've got this in your basket. And look, even if there are any left by the end of the show in about 20-something minutes' time, the next or later the same day historically, and also the next day and the day after, people come back and check out. And look, some people may have these in their baskets, and at the end of the week when they get paid, these are, look, I won't be here to tell you that they've gone, but they'll be gone. You'll come back to go check out and you'll say sold out. I can only hope that if you're still watching now, you will check out now. And we're going to go back to the pillowcases, and then I think we'll probably end on the mattress.
I'll put this pillow up so I can show you.
Yes, absolutely. We're running out of time, Ray.
Now, the pillowcases, I would say to any viewer watching, if you have any member of your family who takes a pride in their appearance, who wants the skin to look wonderful and their hair to look brilliant, a silk pillowcase is a really wise investment. And it is an investment. Silk is the second strongest natural fibre in the world. It's long-lasting. Now, this is pure silk. There are no inferior fibres mixed in with it. Each strand of silk within this pillowcase is over a mile long. This is a little silk cocoon. On that little silk cocoon, believe it or believe it not, there's over 1 mile of silk. And in this pillowcase, 1 mile of silk fibers, in this pillowcase, there's at least 2,500 to 3,000 of these. Wow. Now, when people see me at a live show, they come up, they say, they say, I've read about these pillowcases. They sound wonderful. They stop your wrinkling. I say, well, sorry, nothing stops your wrinkling. But of course, what you can do, ladies and gentlemen, you can fight against the wrinkling. You can slow the process down. Now, what I'm going to say next, I would advise any viewer, for their own peace of mind, to check this out on, say, Google or Wikipedia. Type in all about silk. Now, remember, they're not trying to sell you anything. They're just answering questions. They will tell you the finest silk you can buy is Mulberry Silk. Now, we are using AAA grade, considered by the professionals within the silk industry to be the king of silks. This is the best of the best. Another thing, you might wonder why I'm mentioning this, but our pillowcase has silk on both sides. Very often you buy pillowcases, they don't tell you when you're buying them if it's on the internet. But when you get them delivered, they only have silk on one side. And very often, the silk has inferior fibres mixed in with it. These are made by the official Mulberry Silk Company. Our head office is in Vancouver, and we export to 36, 37 countries throughout the world. You are buying from a highly reputable, well-known company. Now, In silk, there are 18 amino acids. One of them, sericin, stops your skin drying out. It's a simple fact of life. If you put your head on a cotton pillowcase, cotton will drain the moisture from your skin, dry your skin out. And when your skin dries, it wrinkles much more quickly over the years. Now, silk is a hydrophilic protein. Hydra, water, philic, loving, water-loving protein.
Hail Hydra.
It traps the moisture within your skin. And ask your hairdresser what it does for your hair. If he or she is knowledgeable, they will tell you there is no static in silk, none whatsoever. So it cuts out frizz. And if you have long hair in particular, very often when you go to bed at night, you have to tie your hair up because you're waking up in the morning, you look like Ken Dodd, your hair all over the place. Won't happen with silk. So that's the advantage of having a silk pillowcase. And here's something else I must tell you. When you have this silk pillowcase delivered, check the inside. On the inside of it, and we tell you this in the label, there's a saying that's known the whole world over, smooth as silk, right? Everybody knows that saying. Now, to keep the silk smooth when you have the pillow inside this pillowcase, we have sprayed on the inside a fine layer of cotton. Now, the most expensive cotton in the world compared to silk, that cotton is coarse. And the coarseness in the cotton will grip the pillowcase, and it makes sure the silk that you're resting your head on, your skin on, your hair on, will stay smooth as silk. So you get no lines on your face in the morning. And one final, two final things I'll say. This is so important. I know a lot of people, my wife's one of them. She's getting on in years, but she's done it all her life, and even now she still does it. She buys fairly expensive face creams, puts them on a little bit on her face at night when she goes to bed. And if you put these expensive face creams on your face and then put your head on a cotton pillowcase, that cotton will take the moisture from your skin and the cream from your skin, not all of it, but a high percentage of it. So the money you've spent on that cream is, to a large extent, wasted. Silk stops that happening. And the final thing I'll say, if you have, if you were lucky enough to find a shop in the United Kingdom selling pillowcases this quality, and believe you me, you'd have to be very lucky. There will be one or two, but they're few and far between. You'd have to pay £50, £55, maybe even as much as £60 for a pillowcase this quality. They're on offer here tonight for £35. My advice to you is to buy one, at least one. Most people buy two. Buy them, try them. And remember, if you buy them and you take them home and you're not thrilled with them, we'll refund your money. And they're going to last you the best part of your adult life. Silk is the second strongest natural fiber in the world. If you had a pound of steel in this hand and a pound of silk in this hand, the tensile strength of the silk is stronger and longer lasting than steel. So buy these in the knowledge that your money is wisely spent.
Now, also the other thing, and this it moves nicely into a question from Mark in Belfast. So we have mentioned this a couple of times throughout the show, Mark. Possibly you may have missed it, or we mentioned it at a time when you weren't watching. I don't know. But anyway, the fact is, you've asked. We're going to cover it again. It's a brilliant question, and that is how to wash and dry the pillows and the duvet. Could you let me and others know?
Yeah.
Great, guys. Thank you. You're very welcome, Mark. Absolutely,
Mark,
of course. Go ahead, Ray.
I used to live in Northern Ireland. My youngest son, Mark, was born in Carrickfergus.
Ah.
I lived there for 3 years, and we exhibit every year at the Royal Ulster Show. Used to be at King's Hall, now it's out at St. Field. So Let me tell you, Mark, I just mentioned that to you because I love Northern Ireland so much. Now, you can wash these, a cold wash, 30 degrees. Tumble dry or line dry. With the pillow or the pillowcase, the pillow, I can assure you, won't lose shape. The reason being the silk is long fibre. Same with the duvet. Each strand is over a mile long. So buy them, Mark, try them. You're going to be a happy person.
So, Ray, quick update. We have 2 of the single duvets left. 2, literally 2.
You and I should buy one each, Rob.
We should buy one each. I will it, just for the sheer satisfaction. Remember, the single is the one that can replace your central, help replace your central heating to a degree or completely during the winter, depending on how cold you get. That's what it did for me. So actually, it's just throw it across yourself while you're sitting on the sofa. That's what I do instead of turning the heating on. Can save you a fortune anyway, I believe. And you've got 2 king size left. So many people, remember, if you've got a double bed and you want the hotel drape, the extra drape, maybe there are 2 of you sleeping in a double bed, you obviously aren't very big, then get yourself a king size duvet, because then you've got plenty of leeway. If you've got a king size bed, obviously you get a king size duvet. Still got plenty of drape, by the way, still plenty of duvet for 2 people. But the next 2 people who check out, we have, how many people have got these in their baskets, for crying out loud? There are 40 of you fighting over 2 duvets. All I can say is it's fastest finger first. Go, 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 go. And then what else? Where are we with the Super King? The Super King, Leslie, where's that? Leslie, how many, the Super King, is there a stock update on that as well? Well, it's limited. Yeah, limited stock on everything. So, and the double, but yeah, so the double and the Super King might, so the Super King and the double, Super King and the double might possibly outlive the show, but they're down to, well, are we single figures? Are we double digit? Oh, sorry, single figure. Wish you told me. Single figures on everything, folks.
That's all right, Rob.
Yeah, but only no, is it 1 now on the single? Got to be quick, folks.
I'll toss you for it.
Yeah, you got to check out, folks, didn't you? Right, we thought we would spend another portion of the show. It's proved very popular. Lots of people getting the mattress. I wanted to get to a story about, remind me, when we go back to the duvet towards the end, about how much they can cost you.
Yes.
But not now, because we're doing the mattress. But let's talk about how much a mattress can cost you. To me, it's not sold out.
Well, Rob,
so it's just a graphics anomaly.
To the best of my knowledge, there's only one other company in the United Kingdom sells mattresses with silk.
Right.
And for a king, I think they charge us either £2,300 or £2,400. Now, the reason for that is simple. You mentioned it earlier.
Yes.
Normally, when you manufacture, say, a mattress or a pillow or anything, if you're the manufacturer, the process is simple. You pass it to a distributor, who passes it to a wholesaler, who passes it to the shopkeeper. Now, each one of those people add on a margin of profit.
Yep.
Right? Quite rightly, they're not doing anything wrong.
No.
They're just honest people trying to make a living.
Of course.
Right.
Supply
now,
chain.
we've eliminated those 3 people. Yeah. We only have 1 partner in every country. 1 person we supply. And this country is Shop and TV. Right? Now, Shop and TV buy large quantities at a special price.
Yes.
Because it is large quantities, and they negotiate a special price, and they pass the saving on to the viewer. So what costs you £2,300, you can buy here for around, what are you selling a king size duvet?
What do we get? 469.
There you are.
Crazy.
Now that's manageable.
But yeah.
And don't forget, you've got a 60-day trial period.
Yep.
You buy it, you sleep on it for 60 days. If you don't like it, and I think you will like it, but if you don't, you simply send it back. It's packed with silk.
Well, you don't send it back. Someone comes and picks it up.
Sorry, you're quite right.
Sorry, I don't mean to.
No, you're quite right to correct me. You lift the telephone, you phone our office.
Yep.
We send you a special bag. You pop it in the bag. We send a vehicle to collect it and take it away.
Yeah.
Now, I mentioned earlier, when you're selling anything in television with a money-back guarantee, especially bedding products, right, it's in our interest to make sure they don't get sent back.
Of course,
because if they are sent back,
Yeah.
we have to destroy them.
Yeah, yeah.
We can't clean them up and resell
Be
them.
out of business in no time if they all
We
got
have to
sent back.
destroy
wouldn't-
them.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
actually have to destroy them
Yeah.
or send them to landfill. Do you know every year in Britain, these are official figures,
Yeah,
landfill, 10 million duvets
yeah.
and 5 million mattresses go in landfill.
Where are these
Mattresses that people buy cheap mattresses and they don't like them, so they end up in landfill.
Yeah.
You have this for 60 days. You try it. If you don't like it, send it back. We don't want them sent back, so we make sure the quality is sky high.
No,
And that's why we've sold out.
yeah, I wanted to say, because we've only got the king size left, that's it, sorry.
No dust mites.
No dust mites as well. Because,
Allergies?
Yeah, Allergy UK certificate,
Allergy?
yeah. Oh gosh, what was I going to say? It's gone. Something very important I'm about to say now, but I can't remember what it is. No.
It's an age thing, Rob. I've got it
It's
too.
an age. Do you know the one thing Mulberry Silk cannot cure when it comes to sleep? A big barking dog. I've got a big barking dog that the owners leave outside all day long for hours, and it barks and it whimpers and it howls.
Have you got a gun?
I know.
I can get your gun.
No. I don't know what to say about that, actually. No. It just, honestly, it's just doing me in.
I've had many dogs during my lifetime.
Yeah.
The noisiest dog I ever had, you won't believe this.
Yeah.
I've had Rottweilers.
Oh,
I've had
wow.
Huskies.
Yeah.
I've had German Shepherds. The noisiest dog I ever had, it used to terrify MD came to my door. They didn't know what was behind the door. Believe it or believe it not, was a Chihuahua.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And that's a fact. Little Chihuahua.
Little Chihuahua.
Chico, we called him. He was lovely.
I've always fancied a cockapoo.
Cockapoo.
Anyway, so I don't know what, that's a Cocker Spaniel and a something.
Poodle.
Poodle, that's
Yeah.
right, that's right, yeah. Funny name, obviously. So this is probably, when this sells out, we don't know if these mattresses are ever coming back.
No.
Because,
To be honest, I don't think they are.
well, because the silk has had to be diverted into the duvets.
There's
because
only
there are
X
so
amount
many
of AAA grade.
Yeah.
We
There's not enough
manufacture,
to go around.
we,
Yeah.
we farm. We can't manufacture anything. Mother Nature makes the silk, as you know. We farm our own silk. We don't buy it second hand.
Yeah.
And the tree that provides the mulberry leaf to make the AAA grade mulberry silk possible is in very short supply. So we're limited and we're diverting it towards duvets.
Well, plus also costs are going up everywhere,
Yeah.
and there's so much silk in these duvets. This is a little bit like buying gold, actually, because if you own legacy gold, if you bought gold a few years ago, like jewelers who are making jewelry out of gold that they bought a few years ago when the cost was so much lower, they're able to sell them at a good price, but they can't remake those same pieces because the cost of gold today is so high. They couldn't sell them for a price that anyone would pay. So it's kind of the same with your duvet. Remember, it is a medium firm support mattress. You're paying with Shop on TV, $469 is actually the price of the entry-level mattress that basically RK sells. So you're getting the luxury premium pillow top version, which this is all Mulberry Silk, and that's normally $799 from us, but you're getting it for $469, and they're all the different layers. And what are all the different layers for, basically? We've got springs, box springs.
They're designed in such a way that one layer complements the other, and the final layer is silk.
Yes.
And, you know, basically, we could talk about it forever, but the only way a customer is going to find out is to trust us, buy one,
right.
60 days, try it,
Yeah.
don't like it,
I
send it
remembered
back.
what I was going to say. My senility's gone away briefly. Even if you've just bought a new mattress, and I know this is the worst thing that could happen, and you're not happy with it, because a lot of mattress companies, certainly the one, the bedding shop I bought mine from, I think I got a 48-hour, sort of grace period, and then that was it. You were stuck with it. And because, again, you can't send them back because they have to be destroyed. So if you're now, as I did 7 years ago, sleeping on something that you've just paid a lot of money for, and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I hate this thing. I suffered for 7 years. I did the proverbial, what Ray talked about as being madness, which is you buy a shoe or pair of shoes and they hurt your feet and you hate them. You don't keep wearing them and just persevere, do you? Throw the things away and you get a new pair that don't hurt. And yet with beds, because they're so expensive, we do. So look, what's more important to you, your comfort and your health or your money? I would suggest, if you're not happy with your mattress currently, no matter how old it is or how new it is, stick it in the spare room or up against the wall or something out of the way. Try the Cocoon. And when you go, oh my God, because also remember, you're sleeping on silk.
You know, Rob, I don't think we mentioned, both of us.
What's that?
You're talking about you going into...
Oh,
we haven't, I don't think we mentioned, this mattress is guaranteed for 10 years.
oh no, I mentioned it, yeah.
Did you?
10 years.
No,
And it's also on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, a decade. And it's, again, it's not like these things just vanish or disintegrate or dematerialize after 10 years. This is a mattress you
And
could
something, just to put the viewer's mind at ease,
Yeah.
as a company, we have been in business, as I keep mentioning, for 67 years. So I can assure you in 10 years' time, we will still be there. We're a family-owned business. My son's running it now.
yeah.
And
He's got kids,
yes,
making sure they're churning out kids as quickly as they
Listen,
can.
the kids work, believe you me.
But also, Ray,
We don't have to pay them any wages. So
you know the things, this is what kills mattresses. Dust mites, bacteria, and sweat, because the springs rust and things like that. Well, you don't have the problem with the bacteria or the dust mites. You don't have the problem with the sweat because
and you don't get motion transfer.
And you don't get motion transfer.
Because the springs are individual.
How long could this last? Like a duvet, you give it a 10-year guarantee, but it could last for 30, 40, 50 years. What about this?
Well, I must stress this is a guess.
Yeah.
Because we have only been making mattresses for 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing here. Knowing the standards to which we work,
Yes.
I would say minimum 25 years.
I mean, and it's one of those things that no other mattress would get that far
No.
that we know of.
No.
Because it doesn't have the silk. It doesn't have all the properties of silk. Look, if you want to put a mattress protector on, and that will make it last even longer, just make sure that it is, as with any Mulberry Silk products, it is 100% pure cotton. No cotton, polyester or man-made fibre mix, no plastic. So if you buy a mattress protector, a lot of them have plastics in them to prevent against wee and things like that. Forget all that. There are at least 2 companies I know you can find on Amazon and independently that make 100% pure, literally just cotton mattress protectors. They're great. They'll just add another layer of protection. Standard size bed sheets, but make sure again they are cotton, Egyptian cotton preferably. If you put polyester or anything else that isn't a natural breathable fibre on top of your Mulberry Silk, it will block it from working. Right, well, crikey, we're almost out of time. So here we go. This is from Isabel. I've purchased Mulberry Silk items and I really enjoy them.
Thank you.
And this is in caps, I really love your program. I hope you'll bring out more silk products. I'd like to purchase your mattress, but I can see there are no handles on the sides. It makes it difficult to turn it round.
You don't have to.
Oh, does it, mate? You don't have to turn it round, no.
Because
the
pocket spring.
Yeah. They're pocket spring. Yeah, exactly. And also because of the silk and all the rest of it, it's not like you're going to sit there and get a bum print after.
You won't get a recess.
No.
It's impossible.
My metal springs at home, I've got a bum mark in my mattress. So yeah, and also, do you do a firm?
You and I are quite heavy guys.
Yeah. Do you do firm mattresses? It's
medium.
It's one size. It's a medium firm
Support mattress.
Support mattress. It's one size fits all. There are not, unfortunately, different options. But I tell you, I had a firm mattress because obviously I'm a big chap with my other mattress, and it was just too hard. And I find that the Cocoon is just right. Right. Yeah.
I slept in a hotel room a few months back in a really hard mattress. I hated it.
So that was from Isabel, and Nige also says, do you sell a Super King pillow size? We have a large Super King pillows for our bed, and now we'd like to get No, it's again, pillows are all the same size. No. They're all
standard UK size.
UK. Yeah. Any chance in the future of Super King pillows?
I wouldn't imagine so.
They're a bit niche, aren't they? Really?
Yes.
Sorry, Nige.
You might find IKEA's got some because they have a lot of continental sizes.
But they won't be silk, though, will
No.
Just get a couple. Now, I want to say, people often ask, can you put 2 pillows or 1 pillow on top of the other? The pillows are sold out, actually. They are quite lofty, the pillows. For some, that might be fine. For others, it would be too much. But they are, I mean, at least have 2 on the bed for decoration. But I don't know why I'm talking about pillows, because we ain't got none left, have we?
Have we any duvets left?
How many duvets we got left, Leslie? Should we do a final stock take before we go off the air? No, but I mean, in each individual, you know, where are we with each size? We've still got 2 singles left. They will be gone tomorrow.
We'll have to buy
one king size,
1 king,
9 double, and 8 super king. They will all, by later today, people will come back and check out, and those will be gone. Pillowcases, apart from the white, we do have not huge stocks, but we have
funny enough,
left. Yeah,
white's not the biggest seller. That's the biggest seller.
I know, because that looks like it's come straight out of a palace.
Absolutely beautiful, that is.
I expect a princess with that.
That's the one all my granddaughters love, that blue. That's the big seller.
Yeah, I love it. What are you sticking on there? Oh, she's putting the pillowcase up now, our lovely Leslie. I don't know where the time's gone. I just realised that our clock in the studio is an hour behind. And I'm like, we've still got another hour to go, and it's not, apparently it's only 25 seconds. Yeah, please check out wherever you are. Arctic's now limited stock as well. So listen, give it a few hours. When everyone gets up and they go to check out, these things will be gone. If you're watching, check out. Ray, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Rob.
Appreciate
Thank you
it.
to the viewers.
And I will, I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye for now.